There we go. Oh, I forgot to change this back. Does that look normal? Here's hoping it does. There we go. Turn this on, because I forgot to last time. And there we go. We're chilling. We are chilling. Let's go to Cityscape. If I remember correctly, we need a few sheep. Yeah, we need some sheep. We need some regular leveling animals. Oof, I hit the car already. Yikes. Okay, so on the agenda for today, we're gonna get the sheep. We're gonna level up the gleep a little bit. We still need some levels. What else is on the agenda for today? I don't quite remember what else is on the agenda. Interesting. Thank you, Sonic. Thank you for that. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. There we go. Let's go get the rabbit from down there. Rabbit acquired. Get the Chao bucks. Big the cat or no big the cat. Big the cat is unfortunately not in the version of the game that we're playing. At least to my knowledge. We're on the GameCube version of the game. I don't think this one has the big cameos. Unfortunately enough. OMG, hi, hello Lavender Peachy, welcome back. First time you finally caught her outside the Chao Garden? Yeah, we spend most of our time in there. I'd say we spend probably close to like 80% of our time in there. The other 20% is like spent doing this. Gathering the animals that we need. We're just passing the time. Did we just start? Yes we did, Lavender Peachy. Less than 5 minutes ago. We're just getting started for the day. We've got, I think, at least 2 sheep. We only got the 1. We also got the unicorns and rabbits, so that's good enough. BG3 indeed. Very soon, at some point within the week, over on the purple platform, we're gonna be starting Baldur's Gate 3. Yes. I'm playing Peak. Welcome to Peak. We just finished with our first run of Cityscape for the day. Cool. Now we're gonna go get a few more animals. I'd like to get some condors. I'd like to get a dragon or 2. Also, thank you. How would I pronounce this one? You go by just by Mashi? Tamashi? Or is the X pronounced in some way? Thank you for the Rosa. I appreciate it.
Select a stage.
I'm not too sure how to pronounce it, so if you'd like to let me know. Hey Tara, hello Kath, welcome back. It's good to see you. Hopefully your day's been treating you well. Daily question. Macaroni texture, not rage baiting, swear? You like the macaroni texture? Tamashi, but Mashi is fine. I'm okay calling you Tamashi. Tamashi, Mashi, whichever one of the 2 you prefer. You just let me know which one you prefer and I will lock it in and remember. Oh, do we come in with tails we'll be in here with Tails for a little bit, and then we'll go switch to Sonic, because we're going to have to stay Sonic for a little while. Daily question. Orzo gives you life. Chicken Orzo soup is your fave. I see. So you like the soupy texture. Okay, yeah, that's exactly why. Also, hello, Shinya. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Hopefully your day's been treating you well. Where did he spawn in this time? Yeah, I was too late. Okay. So I don't know if we remember what we were doing last time. We were trying to prevent Peppercorn from perishing. Where is he? He's right here. I was too late. So in doing this, it's a little bit borked, but once we get him, okay, that was really good. We got to move all of the animals out of here. There we go. I'm pretty sure the animals stay where they are every time you like go in and out. So we have to move them because they absolutely just got in the way. There we go. So for anyone that isn't already aware, Peppercorn here is pretty much on death's door. He has reached the maximum lifespan allowable for a regular Chao, and so the absolute instant that he gets a chance to just be standing or sitting around, he will perish and pass away. We want to try to prolong that as long as we possibly can, so he's just going to be chilling in the water, because it cannot happen while he's in the water. So we're just going to start raising Gleep and keep an eye on him in the back. And he climbed out immediately. Why are we prolonging it? For science. It's largely just, I want to see if it's possible. I want to see if it's possible to get a Chao that isn't a Chaos Chao to reach age 6 or 7. So that's why we're prolonging it. Everything will be okay. What does a passed away Chao look like? So they essentially, they sit down or stand up. They'll pass away either sitting or standing. They'll get the little swirl above their head. You know how the emotion ball can kind of turn into a swirl when they trip? The emotion ball will turn into like the upset swirl. They'll close their eyes and they'll go into a pink or gray cocoon. Depending on how well you treated them, of course. Hi everyone, hello Kotard, welcome. It's good to see you. Hopefully you've been doing well. You're just in time to watch us extend Peppercorn's lifespan. He's still going strong. He's the healthiest lad you'd ever seen, trust. He keeps climbing out of the water though, and that makes me sad. Also, thank you Lavender Peachy for the heart me. I appreciate it. Imagine being ready to die and someone keeps tossing you in the pool. But what if it saved your life? I think I'd understand. He's currently chilling in the Fountain of Youth. Oh, the Gleep is hungry. That's right, we were going through famine. That's a little awkward. Oh, the Gleep is playing with the car. I'm not a fan of the Dragon Arm Gleep, though. Does Burger have sheep horns now? Yes, he does. He's rocking the sheep look along with Gleep. So, just to give you guys a quick look. Now that he stopped moving, you see? He sits down and immediately starts to pass away. But the process gets paused if you leave the garden. Because, you know, naturally time doesn't pass when you're not in the garden. So by not being in there, we don't gotta worry about it. He's okay. Okay, we have Chao fruit. Nice. So what we're gonna be doing a lot for most of today while we're in the neutral garden is we're gonna be going in there with Sonic. Because Sonic can do something very cool that makes it so that we don't have to watch after Peppercorn too terribly much. Always a famine when you're here? Yeah. Oh, he's playing with the ball. Okay, never mind. We cannot let this ball go in the water. As soon as he stops playing with that ball, he will perish. There we go. That gives us a good chunk of time to do other stuff. Hello, Tara. Hello, Zachary. Welcome back. Good to see you. Hopefully your day's been treating you well. Are we going to bury him alive again? Probably. Pepper will end up in the ground at some point today. For now, he's okay because he's playing with the ball, though. You missed the last stream. What do you mean buried him alive? So there's a very fun glitch you can do, and we were using that glitch to just kind of leave him in the water. So what happens is you glitch out of bounds. The floor kind of gets unloaded, and they all fall into the water. And so say if they're over here, they'd fall into the water. Well, yeah, ball gone. He's done for. Also, yes, Chao do indeed die. This is what it looks like whenever a Chao is passing away. They sit down, they get a pink or gray cocoon. Luckily, ours is pink, so, you know, he loves us very much. He's going to reincarnate. I'm going to switch to Sonic now, because I'd like to buy the Chao fruit. So it's going to be a rare day of spending time with, spending time in the garden with Sonic or Shadow. Can you pick him up when he's in the cocoon? Nope. Once they have sat down, even if the cocoon hasn't quite, like, sprung up yet, as soon as they make the decision to do so, you cannot interact with them anymore. So you'll see whenever we go back into the garden, we have to be as quick as we possibly can to get him before he begins. Because once they begin, you cannot interact with them. You'll see. You'll see us kind of go through that struggle real soon. We're just gonna buy some fruit so that the other Chao don't go hungry, so that they have something to eat there, and then we'll begin with doing what we're going to be doing with Peppercorn. Also, thank you, Lavender Peachy, for the Tango Populars, and Izzy for the Heart Me. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Hopefully your day's been treating you well. What does the elephant watering can do? It allows your Chao to water the trees. So say, for example, if you want to plant one of these seeds, your Chao would need the watering pan, the watering can, to be able to water the tree. And even if you don't plant any seeds in there, they can water the regular trees to make the fruit on those trees grow faster. So anytime you see your Chao watering the tree, that's what's going on. Hope your day's going well also. Thank you, Izzy. Appreciate it. Okay, that would have been a good time. He was, like, right there. So, once we're all done getting the fruit over here, we're gonna want Peppercorn to spawn in really, really close to the entrance. So the easiest way to stop him from going into the bubble is going to be by whistling. The Chao stick is gone for anyone else. Description disappeared. You know what? Now that you guys mention it, TikTok did say they were going to change the way that the thing worked. So I think rather than them calling it subscription now, I think it's called a super fan. I don't know where the stickers would have gone though. Actually, hold on. Let me see if there's anything on my end. What does my does this still say subscription on my end? My end still says subscription. Let me see. I must do some investigating. Superfan. New name, new benefits, updated subscription plan for our subscribers. Yes, yes, yes. It doesn't let me interact with it yet. It just says that it's going to be changing. It doesn't give me any options at the moment. Also, thank you, Lavender Peachy, for the rose. I appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't show me any options at the moment. Like where I would go to manage the stickers and whatnot before. It doesn't show me anything. I'm gonna open something up real quick and hope that it doesn't destroy the my computer. Here, give me a second. Okay. Subscription. Yes, it's changing, but where's my stickers? Fan club. Is it here? No, this is the other thing. Yeah, I don't know. It just keeps telling me that it's going to be changing, but it doesn't let me do anything with it yet. So I think we just gotta kind of sit tight for a day or so. Okay, I gotta move these fruit away too. Does the dot above their head gray mean they're dying? No, the emotion ball color doesn't actually influence anything. This is what it looks like when a Chao passes away. This little guy, you see how they have he's sitting. He looks real sad, and he's like in a pinkish cocoon. That means that he's passing away. If you try to subscribe using the button in the corner, it just says network error. Yeah, I don't know. I think we might have to do without the stickers for Okay, this one is still too close. If TikTok actually gets banned in 2 days, will I still stream ChaoGarden on the purple app? Yes. Yes, Jenna. Yes, we will. If anything were to happen to TikTok, I would still continue to do the ChaoGarden stuff, either over on the purple app or wherever makes the most sense. Okay, there we go. We saved him. Are we still doing this to Peppercorn? Yes, we are. Just get lost in SA1, you just never know where to go. Hey, okay, I'm curious about something. For science. If I let Pepper sit down over here, and then I do the out of bounds glitch, and he falls through the ground, will he fall through the ground in the cocoon? Do we think he'll stay up here, or do we think he'll fall through the ground in the cocoon? Don't risk it. We could always just save. Also, yeah, it's the whole thing with TikTok is still kind of an ongoing thing. It was never like definitely saved. It's just like prolonged, I guess, is what they were doing. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I don't want my Chao fruit to clip through the ground. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna toss all of my Chao fruit in the water. That way it doesn't clip into the ground whenever we do our thing. Good soup, yeah, we're making soup. You got an interview at the job you applied for? Ooh, neat. Here's to hoping you get it. Also, thank you, Rady, for the heart me. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Hopefully your day's been treating you well. Alright, the soup is going. Good soup. Good soup, good soup. Okay, Peppercorn is currently in the water. Let's go ahead and do the glitch. That way. Come on, Sonic. Okay, he's still in the water. Let me out. Okay, there we go. Okay, I heard them. I heard the ground despawn, so everyone's in the water. You just have to give it a second. I need for Peppercorn to like swim onto the main land. Okay, is Peppercorn still in the water? No, he's not. He's over here. Okay, Peppercorn is safe. He's in the water. He cannot be... He's okay. As for the rest of the Chao, we can pluck them out like Pikmin. Assuming they're not over here. Strobe warning, who isn't okay? He clipped back in bounds. Okay. We need him to stay out of bounds. We need him to stay not in the actual pond. This is horrifying, you think so? Don't do it. Actually, you know what we can do? I pet him to get him going, and then I whistle. That keeps him over here, but safe. There we go. Nog must feel relieved that this will never happen to him. Luckily, we'll never have to do this to the eggnog. Hello, Naren, welcome back. Has his age changed at all? I don't think we spent enough time in here to have him age up yet. Our timer is going to be the pea. One of the peas is currently a baby. Whenever they are ready to grow up, that's when we'll know. Why is he still above ground? He's too strong. He stayed above ground. What exactly are you doing? I'm trying to prolong the life of one of my Chao, and for that I need him to stay in the water. But if he stays in the pond, like regularly, he will just eventually crawl back out. So what I'm doing is I'm unloading the ground so that they all fall in the water, and then so he stays stuck in the ground, in the water, so that he lives forever. Okay, let's go back in. Peppercorn is still above ground. Why is he above ground? Okay, maybe he has to be in the water, like, to begin with for this to work. No, don't. He was out of the water too long. That's sweet, morbid, undecided. I don't blame you. Oh, okay. This is the much more wholesome way of keeping him alive. They also cannot pass away if they are playing with the ball. Which, this time around, we spawn in, he's playing with the ball, this is good. So long as he's playing with his ball, he will live. Yeah, ball is literally life. Also, thank you, Alshi. Thank you for the 11 roses. I appreciate it. Why are we... Let's not take the ball from him. No. We're gonna try to keep him playing with the ball as long as we possibly can.
Don't worry, buddy.
My box is over here all of a sudden. Is my beanie still back here? My beanie is gone. Here's to hoping the beanie is somewhere else in the garden. Meanwhile, Puddle sleeps through it all. Okay. I want to keep feeding Gleep. The box is here. I'm a little concerned because I don't see the beanie anywhere. Losing that beanie would kind of suck. Sonic in the ground makes you nervous. You used to dash in your Chao by accident? No, I'm very, very careful. Trust. We only have accidents in here every so often, and it's not too terribly frequently. We do our best to be careful. The bun sticker is gone. They're literally all gone. Until TikTok finishes what they're doing with the whole subscription feature. Oh, the beanie's over here. Until TikTok figures out what they want to do with the whole subscription thing, we just kind of gotta wait. Because it doesn't show anything on my end either.
Don't worry, buddy.
On my end, they just give me the, like, oh, we're changing this to this, stay tuned. And that's pretty much the extent of what they tell me. So I don't know much more than you guys do at the moment as to what they're planning. We need the Oshawott PR team to get the stickers back. No, the ball went in the water. No, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Yep. Lost the ball for 2 seconds. The children yearn for the cocoon. Peppercorn in particular yearns for the cocoon. You're still trying to prolong Pepper? Correct. And I think we're doing a pretty good job at it. A flat rate of $10 is crazy. People need cheaper options to support. I hope that they give me that option again, because for the regular subscription, like the way we've been having it, it did allow me to choose, and you know, I chose the basic $5, which is, you know, pretty standard for across streaming platforms. The $5 is pretty standard, so that's what I ended up choosing. Peppercorn is still in the water. I need him to clip into the ground, please. What's my fave food texture? Let's see, what would my answer to that be? My answer would be... I'm a big fan... I got 2. I'm a big fan of both... That, like... Wait, where is he? Oh, he ended up above ground for some reason. I'm a big fan of both, like, melty, gooey marshmallow texture, like melted marshmallow, you know? I really like that, like, gooey melted marshmallow type texture. I'm also a big fan of gelatin, the gelatinous kind of texture. Big fan, big fan. I love that stuff. More often than not, I play with it more than I eat it, but, you know, it's a good time. The glitch ain't glitching. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to get him into the water. Maybe I have to go farther. Well, let's go a little bit farther. It's crazy how much joining went up. Yeah, I really hope that, you know, assuming that TikTok stays operational in the US and whatnot, I hope that they still allow me to lower the price of the sub to $5. Because I don't like the... I don't know. I feel like 10, like double the standard across other streaming platforms. I'm just like, come on now. Don't do that. Okay, well, Peppercorn is safe. That's all that matters. We can pluck the other Chao out like Pikmin. Have I tried mochi? I have. I really love the texture of mochi too. Okay, pick him up. Pick up the Gleep. Pick up Podpea. There we go. Podpea's hungry. All my Chao fruit's gone. Aw, he's asking for it. Here you go. And we'll pull stick out of the ground too. Wait, that stick over there. Who's this? Is this Burger? Yes, it is. There we go. We've plucked all of our Chao out of the ground. Mochi makes you feel like you're eating Play-Doh in the best way possible. I think that's a good way to put it. It's got that Play-Doh texture.
Don't worry, buddy.
Why are they annoyed? So whenever we glitch them all into the ground, it wakes them all up. So by doing that, we kind of unfortunately wake up the entire garden. How did you end up on the ground? How did he get back up? How did he get back up? He's too strong. He yearns for the void too strongly. Where is he? Oh, he's up top. He yearns to be baby again. Not on my watch. Where's he at? He's over there. He's too far. Yeah, our timer is going to be... Is it Peapod or Pod P? This one right here. As soon as this one grows up, that's when Peppercorn should be the next step up in terms of age. I wanted to come and watch Puddle blow bubbles, but it didn't really end up all that well. So has he aged yet, or is he gonna keep dying? So he would keep dying. I'm like constantly stopping him from doing so, keeping him in the water so that he doesn't, so he doesn't pass away. I'm curious to see if I continue to do this long enough for a full in-game year. I'm curious to see if he will age up or if his age would just stay at 5. This is all for science. And we do have a pretty decent timer of knowing how long we've spent in here with him. This little guy's reincarnated right as we started doing this. So whenever he grows up to be an adult, he should be ready. That's when we'll start checking Pepper's age again. Come here, little guy. Horrific elder abuse, but for science. Here you go, Pepper. We care about you a lot. We want you to stick around. Would he age in daycare? No, he wouldn't. Because anytime you're not in the garden with them, so if they're in kindergarten, if they're in the Game Boy, if they're doing anything else besides you being in the garden with them, they do not age. Time stops for them if they're doing anything else. Sim is good for his arthritis. He signed a DNR. Tails is watching TV back there. We'll get to the end of this experiment soon enough. I want to say last time around, we probably spent at least a solid hour in here with him. At least. So we got a good deal of it out. Look, Burger's woken up from his nap naturally. We're spending plenty of time in here. You love Chao. Hello, welcome Teapot. Welcome to our humble Chao garden. He isn't sure if it's dementia or Groundhog Day. He's having a good time though, he's swimming. I'm just curious what would happen. Has the music gone? They're watching TV. There we go. That's why we didn't have the music. Who's hungry? I need a chance to see who it was. I'm feeding everyone. I think this might be one of the tougher experiments we've done, because this one requires our full attention. At this stage, you're just gonna have to stand in the pool. You just gotta keep him company while he does his thing. He chilled for a pretty long time that time around. There we go. Burger's playing with the car. Newton, Einstein, Aristotle, and me. I'm joining the big greats. Alright, let's feed Burger. At least you're not in the Hero Garden, you'd be asleep. Yeah, I still don't know if it'd be better to conduct what we're doing in the Hero Garden, but I still just wanted to be in this garden for now. What's the experiment's goal? You're new to the channel, so let me give you the rundown, Teapot. So this right here, this Chao that we're currently looking at, this is peppercorn. See, peppercorn, pepper, yeah. Pepper, the name Pepper, the little asterisk, the unicorn parts, peppercorn. Very good, very good. So, Peppercorn is currently at the very end of his lifespan. He is 5 years old. You know, Chao live up to be 5 years old. They perish after that. At that point, they either fully perish if you don't treat them well, or they reincarnate if you do, right? I am curious, given that we can stop and delay him reincarnating by continuously keeping him active, you know, either picking him up, having him play with the ball, or what we're currently doing, keeping him in the water. He cannot reincarnate if he's actively doing something. So what I want to know is, can I get a regular Chao to live to age 6? Can I get a regular Chao to live to age 6? Is pretty much the question. And so we're keeping him here in the water to see if we can. So we're gonna spend a full in-game year with him bound to the water to see if we can do it or not. And just to see what happened. Though he is very adamant about wanting to not be in the water anymore.
Don't worry, buddy.
He's really fighting this time. There we go. So freaking exciting. I'm curious to see what happens. Just having a regular Chao reach age 6 would be so crazy. I've never seen it done, to my knowledge. Like, I've never seen anyone else do it, so like, it's cool. It's a cool little thing to do. It's interesting. You haven't tried it yourself. You had no idea. Yeah, I've had the thought in the back of my mind, but now is the very first time that I'm actually like, you know what? Let's do it. I'm finally trying it out. The only problem is, because we have to constantly keep him in the water. So here, look. Just for the sake of example, look, the absolute second that we put him down outside of the water, he's going to just sit down and reincarnate. For demonstration purposes. As you can see. So that's why we can't really do anything else, because we have to keep an eye on him. Where is he? I didn't see him, but I heard the bubble go up. It is a little difficult to stop him initially. The way that I do it, I walk in, I whistle. If he's not close enough, if he spawns too far, I just leave, re-enter, you know, do it again. If he does spawn close enough, the whistle should stop him. Where is he? Too far. He's up on the ledge. We need to get our snacks and get comfortable. I was too slow. He spawned right there, but I just didn't do it in time. Whoopsie. Okay, there we go. We got him. See, by whistling right here, it stops him from sitting down to reincarnate. It gives me a chance to come and grab him.
Don't worry, buddy.
And our timer to know how much time we have remaining on this little project is this little guy over here. Okay, I'm gonna take him out and whistle. Just to... so I can show the other Chao. So this little guy right here is our timer. This little guy reincarnated right as we began doing this little project. 1 year of in-game time. This little guy should grow into an adult. As soon as he grows into an adult, that's when we know to check the age on Peppercorn. Because that'll be the time that a full in-game year has passed. That way we're not just kind of blindly wondering, like, should it have happened yet, you know? This way we have a good, solid, you know, way of checking. I have infinite patience. To satisfy my curiosities, yes. I can be very patient. Are you hungry, Gleep? It's all in the name of science. Gleep, that sheep price is throwing you. Yeah. I wanted to start leveling him up, but it gets to be a little difficult with Peppercorn constantly trying to swim out. How long does it take for a Chao to grow 1 year? It takes 3 hours real lifetime. So we'd have to be in here for 3 full hours. Last stream we were in here, I want to say for at least a solid hour in this garden. Today we probably added another 20-30 minutes to this so far. So we should be, at the very least, close to halfway there. Is he gonna die right there? I was so confused. He like stood on the ledge. We need a 3-hour long story time. I don't know if I have any stories that are a full 3 hours. How long? If you don't let Pepper die, will the Sonic Gods take Gleep instead? I hope not. We're ready to sacrifice a lot for the sake of science, but I don't know if I'm ready to sacrifice the Gleep. They'll take you. They just straight up take us. What's the name of this game again? This is Sonic Adventure 2. Tell us about your first love. Let's see, how much do I have to say about my first love? Not too terribly much. I don't go out of my way to think about it too terribly much. You know what I miss the most about my first love? I thought her mom was pretty cool. I enjoyed talking and hanging out with her mom. Not being able to talk with my mom anymore, I was like, damn, that sucks. Truly the biggest thing I lost after separating. And no more fun Kmart trips. This is where you wish you had the side eye. I mean it in a very innocent manner. I just thought her mom was fun. I thought her mom was fun and she'd always get me a snack from Kmart whenever we went. You miss your ex's siblings? See, exactly. It's the same thing, same deal. How did I meet my first love? It was just a school thing. In high school, I had the same classes. Or rather, we had a handful of the same classes. You do not miss your ex? Don't believe me, I don't miss my ex, but I miss her mom. Let's see, I'm gonna try to think. What's a good story I haven't told you guys yet? What's a good story I have yet to share? Oh, here's a fun one. There was a time where this is back when I lived in Vegas. Has anyone heard of the convention CES that gets held in Vegas every year? I believe it gets held at the start around January. CES. I forget exactly what it stands for, but it's essentially like, you know, companies being like, this is what we got going on for the week, like for the year, you know? Like they get to show off their newest like tech and inventions and whatnot. So there was this one year where I got to work alongside the esports arena. There's this location in Las Vegas at the Luxor Casino where I got to work alongside the esports arena in there for their booth at that convention. And they had a big old truck, and I was like, "Ooh, look at that!" And they offered me because I was a good personality and I was already well acquainted with most of the staff there. They were like, "Hey, do you want to work? Like, do you want to like work alongside us as an ambassador for this event?" And I was like, "You know what? Sure." I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it. Let me add it." I was like, "What do I got to do?" And they were essentially just like, "You just got to be yourself, talk to people, hand stuff out, interact with the crowd, give information whenever asked." And I was like, "Cool, sick, I can do that." And the only requirement they had for me was, outside of following their, typical be respectful rules and whatnot. The only other rule they had for me was that I wear my hat. Because I wore a Pikachu hat way more often than not. And they really liked it, and they were like, "That's part of what gives you your character." And I was like, "Yes, I will wear the hat." So during that time that I was working alongside them for that, they, naturally, that convention had some very, very powerful people, some very powerful, well-known people. And so there was this one executive from a particular casino, which I will not name, obviously for obvious reasons. But there's one executive for a very, very well-known casino down in Vegas, and he goes up to me, and he's like, I'm standing there watching this robot that folds laundry. That's all it does. It's a laundry folding robot. And I was like, "Ooh, that's cool. I want to look at it." And so I'm standing there looking at it, and I'm wearing my Pikachu hat, yellow cartoon mouse on my head. And this old guy comes up to me, beside me, and he's like, "I didn't realize they were letting children in here." And I was just like, "Excuse you?" I was like, "What's your deal?" So I'm just looking at the funny laundry robot. What's got you so mad? And so the dude is just like, that whole like condescending, arrogant, like I'm so much better than you kind of tone. Starts telling me that I should leave the real business to the adults and go back to wherever it is that I came from. And I was like, "All right, like I don't know what your deal is, dude." And so then I was like, "You know what? Let me poke fun at this guy." And so I was like, "Where's your booth at? You're doing a whole lot of talking. Don't you have some business to do? Like, where's your booth at?" And he points to like a fairly mid-sized booth. And so I was like, "Oh, that one's yours? The one right there? The teeny tiny one right there? That one's mine over there." Because the esports arena, they had gotten this big old truck, like an actual full-size like truck, like big shipping truck, like cross-country, like shipment trucks. They had gotten a big one that they converted for gaming. And so our booth was massive because it contained a truck, right? And so I was like, "Yeah, mine's over there. It's like 3 times the size of yours, yeah?" And he got really, really mad. And I was just like, I was like, "It's understandable." It's like, "That's okay. Not everyone can be as big as ours. I understand." It's like, "You don't have to compensate too hard. I forgive you. Big feelings are really tough for big men." I gave him a pat on the back and walked away. So you know what big man executive decides to do? Big man executive who's trying to act all tough and condescending, he goes over to the booth. He's like, "Who's in charge of that guy?" And he essentially, he does the business corporate equivalent of telling my mom. And so whenever I wandered back over to the booth, once my break was done, I wandered back over. Main lady in charge, she calls me over. She's like, hey, can you come over here real quick? And I was like, yeah, sure, what's up? And she's like, did you have a run-in with an executive of this casino by any chance? And I was just like, did he really come over and tell on me? I was like, are you kidding? And she was like, on the down low, she was like, I don't really care, just don't get us in trouble. She was like, I know that a lot of these people are. And, you know, she kind of gave me that little, like, wink, like. Yeah, he told on me. He went to go tell on me. I was just like, that's insane. I was like, you want to act all high and mighty, and you're just like, he was being really mean to me. I didn't like it. I was just like, ain't no way. This is the super powerful man in charge of that business. I was like, come on now, get over yourself. Ain't no way also, another thing to reiterate. At that point in time, I was still very, I was essentially still a teenager. I was like 19, I think. I was like 19. I was like, ain't no way you let the teenager wearing a yellow cartoon mouse on their head get you mad. Basically just talking about it because she had to, essentially. She essentially just kind of gave me like the wink, like go do whatever I feel like go do whatever I feel like, just don't bring it back to them. I was like, yep. I was like, you got it. Because she was also fairly young, not super old like the rest of them people over there. And she didn't really like the whole corporate, for lack of a better word, like the corporate play style either. Yeah, that's a fun one. That's a fun story I don't think I've told before. It's Baldur's Gate 3. You've done far too many playthroughs. It's so good. Yeah, Mandy, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. I'm gonna do it sometime this week is when we plan to start. Bet I looked awesome with the Pikachu hat. I think I wear the Pikachu hat well. I really like it. It is a static part of my wardrobe. I love that hat. I've had it for, I want to say I've had that hat for like close to like 12 years now. Oh, I'm gonna do the math. Quick maths. 26 now. I got it whenever I was like 13, 14. Yeah, I've had it for 12 to 14 years. 12 to 13 years rather. I've had to stitch the eyes and the cheeks back on like multiple times over. That's how long I've had it, and that's how much it keeps falling apart. It is a very well-loved hat. I'm a 99 baby too. 98, very close. Do I collect hats? Not really. I originally wanted to. I originally wanted to start a little hat collection, but then I stopped because I would only wear like the same two. So because I only wear the same 2 or 3, I was like, well, it's not much of a collection if I just have a clear favorite, and so I just stopped. Oldie over here sits in the corner. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We'll all be there eventually. Open a P.O. box so we can send you a Chao hat. Is that a thing that exists? If I search up Chao hat, or would I have to get one custom made, do you think? You know, I could see myself wearing a Chao hat. Imagine a Gleep winter hat with the horns. Now there's an idea. Getting myself a custom made Gleep hat. You're well known by your scout group for your Pikachu hoodie. Now either lost or sold. That's so sad. It became a part of your identity and you just lost it. Tossed it away. Think you've seen a winter Chao hat with Chao embroidered on them on Etsy? I see. You'd love to have a Chao hat too. Having a Chao hat seems like it'd be really neat. Oh, you know what I'd really love? I would really love for to have a Chao hat with like a little spring on top with the emotion ball at the end. You know, like those the door stops, how you can like kind of flick the doorstop thing and have it like bounce around. I'd like the emotion ball to be on a spring like that. I think that'd be cool. Do I have any older siblings? I do. I have one older brother, one younger sister. I am the middle kid. Also, hello, Louie. Welcome back. Good to see you. For pickles, you just need a giant orange eggshell. Yeah, the pickle hat is just the eggshell. That checks out, respectfully. Alright, how's the rest of the garden doing? Alright, this little one's sleeping. We're waiting on the pea here. Did my brother introduce me to SA2 or did I find it myself? A little bit of both. So my brother introduced me to the initial Sonic games, but I went out of my way to ask for Sonic Adventure myself. Because at that time, my brother was kind of growing out of it. He was like, kind of losing the love for Sonic, you know? Just that kind of age where like I get it's too childish for me now, and so he didn't really find all that much interest in it anymore. But he did introduce me to the initial games, which I then carried on and was like, well, I want to try the new ones. How long does it take to max out the levels of a Chao? How many hours total? It depends, Andrew. If you're really, really efficient about it, you can probably get it done within like an hour and a half. But you gotta be like really efficient with it. Other than that, I'd say rough estimate probably somewhere between like 2 to 3 hours if you're not super rushing. Depends just how much time you want to give them. Your older cousin got you into SA2. He'd always beat you in battle mode. Oh no. Classic though. The older siblings and cousins just dumpstering the younger ones in games. It's a rite of passage. Yet all of us adults here watching your Sonic live stream. Funny how life does that, huh? I've watched, I mean, like, just recently, just this last week, I sat and watched a dude on TikTok eat, like, 2 things of honeycomb. Has anyone seen them? What's their name? I'm trying to think of, what was their name? Booth the Devourer, I think is what he's called. Every so often, he'll pop up on my TikTok feed, and I'm just like, you know what? Yeah. I was like, I'll watch you eat something miserably for a little bit. And I'm just like sitting there like, yep. Boof is a unit? No, that dude is insane. I could never do half the things he does. That's incredible the way he fight. The way he be eating things, especially like the things he chooses, I'm just like, oh. You could have chosen something much more pleasant for yourself, man. You know, like that guy that rolls dice to make his cereal. I think I've seen those. Anti-ASMR. You're the baby of your family. I was the middle kid growing up. I don't think I ever really minded it though, the whole middle kid thing. I thought it was kind of cool. Youngest child syndrome here. No, I always thought it was cool to be the middle kid, because I was always just like, wow, I get an older sibling and a younger sibling? I was like, that's insane. They only have one or the other. But I get both. misbehaved. Were any of you guys troublemakers as kids? I feel like I was like right down the middle, whether or not I was a troublemaker or like a good noodle. I was a good noodle like 90% of the time until somebody gave me a reason not to be, and then I full on committed and was like, you know what? You know, just fling my arms up in the air and be like, I think I will cause problems then. Yeah, two bros, the middle one's awful. But you were an angel. You're an only child, Louis. You're too anxious to cause trouble. Three sisters and you're the youngest. Typical middle child. I don't know that I'd call myself a typical middle child. I don't know when it began. At some point whenever I was a teenager, in my, you know, my more formative years, I've really adopted this whole like just very chill until I saw somebody else not being chill. And then if I saw somebody causing problems and I was like, is that justified? If I ever, for whatever reason, didn't think it was justified, just arms up and be like, all right, I'll take you down myself then. Just that that whole like vibe of like, if I feel someone was like doing something wrong or something, you know, and I looked around, I'd be like, is anyone gonna put a stop to that? If I didn't see anyone else was gonna put a stop to it, I was like, you know what? Then it'll be me. Is he 6 yet or what? Not yet. So the way that we'll know is keeping an eye on this one. This one's a baby. This one reincarnated right at the same time this one did. Started the death process. So whenever this one grows up, that should be our signal to know that 1 year has passed. So we're just waiting on this little one over here to grow up. Was I a tattletailer? Nah. I only was if under like very dire circumstances. There was twice that I, you know, tattletaled on somebody in elementary school. One of which was because I was concerned that building was actually gonna burn, and the other was because somebody had like straight up was stealing from the teacher, and I was just like, that's you know, I'm all for like, you know, be on the side of the kids against adults, but I was just like, that's a step too far for my liking. You're called a troublemaker because you always fought with your cousin, even though he would start it. I hate that. That annoys me so much, Teapot. The whole like zero tolerance thing, where it's like, well, you're both in trouble because you were both a part of it. Annoys me to no end. There you go, Gleep. Make sure everybody's fed. Does being an instigator count as troublemaking? I suppose that'd be up to you to decide. Come on, Peppercorn. I need you to plop in place. You love the Chao Garden, so what exactly does Chao Garden do again? Chao Garden, it's essentially just a little, you know, almost a pet sim. You get to just come in here and take care of these little guys. There we go.
Don't worry, buddy.
According to your brothers, you had it easy. You know, I think I had it the toughest out of my siblings, because I didn't get like our first child treatment. but I also didn't get the only girl, smallest of the child treatments. I was firmly in the middle, so I was just like, well. Do they battle kind of like Bomberman Generation Pokemon? So you can put them into races and Karate Ham Ham. So you can't have them compete against one another. That's why they have stats. You see how they have different stats? So they do compete against one another. Whatever will we do next Bindle Day if we don't have the stickers back? I don't know. I'm hoping that it doesn't take them too long to reintroduce the things. And I hope they don't change the way that it works either. Which Chao is the karate champ at the moment? Who is the karate champ? I don't believe the karate champ is in this garden. I'm pretty sure they're in a different garden at the moment. You start being the youngest gets you the best treatment? Oh, absolutely. You know, whenever I was a young teenager, you know, when I was like, dang, yeah, she has it way better than I do. I was just like, huh? What do you mean you get dental care? I was like, we didn't get that growing up. Like, it was my little sister needing to go to the dentist and, like, needing, you know, that they were finding, like, we should probably get you guys to the dentist, too. And I was like, huh? I was like, what do you mean? I never got dentistry as a kid. All of a sudden, she needs it, and now we all get it? What the heck? They need to bring back ChaoGarden in future games. It's your favorite part growing up? Same here. I've mentioned it before, Teapot, but the reason I have yet to play a new Sonic game, this is the last Sonic game that I have played and purchased, because this is the last one that had Chao. And I've always kind of said I won't buy another one until they bring the ChaoGarden back. I'm 20 years and I'm still waiting strong. You just bought yourself a Nintendo DS with all the old games? Ooh, that sounds really fun, dude. I hope you have a good time with your DS. Because you're the youngest, despite you being adult, they're like too protective of you? Oh, I see, that makes sense. Did gender roles play into that? It might have, Lavender. I have no idea. All I know is that the little sister needed dentistry, and they're like, you know what? Well, we can't be unfair. And so we finally got dentistry. Is there a reason you keep placing him back in the water? Yes, there is. For if we don't place him in the water, this happens. And he's passing away. That's why we keep placing him into the water. We are in the midst of an experiment. I want to see if I can get a Chao to live past what should be the maximum lifespan. And so that is why we are currently holding Peppercorn in the water. It's good for his joints. At his old age. It's for science. Holding him hostage, not hostage. Science. Future generations will study Peppercorn? Exactly. Peppercorn's gonna go down in the history books. Do I use mods for my Chao? No, Ivory. We don't use any sort of mods whatsoever. We're playing on the GameCube version of the game, so there are no mods. The only thing is that the emulator has built-in upscaling, just so that the game looks a little nicer, but that's all. Everything else entirely vanilla. Exactly. Farm fresh, non-GMO, kosher, organically raised Chao. You have the Game Boy part? Yes, we do. We have a few Jewel Chao. So like Chao like this one, you see this little guy right here? He's transparent. You need a Jewel Chao to be able to breed one of these guys. And getting a Jewel Chao, you can only get one in Sonic Adventure 2 from the Game Boy. Notice the Tails one? Correct. The Tails one we got from the special event from Phantasy Star Online. Tails Chao is the only one of the character Chao that's still legitimately available. So we went out of our way to go do the quest, send him down to the Game Boy, send him back up. We did it all entirely legitimately. It was more fun that way. We got to experience the full journey, you know? You have the Xbox HD version? It's impossible for you? Yeah, that's unfortunate. No Jewel Chao. No transparent Chao. Only the bright ones. Personally, I'm more of a fan of the transparent ones. Of the transparent ones than the bright ones. Come on, Peppercorn. Your Chao fights to get in the water, and Pepper fights to get out. Surely it shouldn't take too much longer. How long do you need to keep him in the water? Let's see. We've been live for an hour and 12 minutes today, and we've spent most of our time here. So let's see, if we're being... Let's shave off 12 minutes. Say we've been in here for about an hour. I want to say we were in here for about an hour last stream too, so we should only have about another hour left for us to find the answer. They really need to make a new one. ChaoGarden was so funny as a kid. I mean, the ChaoGarden is still really, really fun for us now. I have an even better time now as an adult than I ever did as a kid. This is great. I don't think little kid me could really, truly, fully appreciate the art that is the Chao. What is it you're going for? So, what we're going for, we're just looking to extend the lifespan of this little guy. So Chao typically live up to 5 years. Peppercorn here is on the brink of death. We want to try to keep him alive as long as possible. By keeping him here in the water, it doesn't allow him to go to reincarnate. So I'm looking to see if I can push the age of him. Also, hello Leanne, welcome back. Best family drama you have is that your uncle brought both his fiance and girlfriend to your bro's wedding. That's insane. What a character. Also, thank you, Leanne. Thank you for the heartbeat. Can't you just hold Pepper constantly, or will he not age/die that way? We could. The problem is... Here, we'll get to see it here. So, I'm going to hold Peppercorn and not do anything. He will eventually get mad, start struggling, and let go, and like force his way out of my arms. So I'm not touching anything on the controller. I'm not going to touch anything at all. See, he's struggling, he's mad. Eventually, he will force his way out of my arms. Exactly like that. I did not touch anything. That's why we're letting him swim rather than holding him hostage. What if you're rocking him? Good question. Let's find out. Let's see if he eventually gets tired of it or not. That's a good point. Probably enjoy it more now. Yeah, as a kid, I really enjoyed it. But as an adult, I definitely enjoy it more. Just, you know. Nah, he's still mad. Okay, he still wiggles out. regardless of whether or not he's being rocked. Eventually, they do just get mad and wiggle their way out, whether we want them to or not. Angie Baby just wants to be free. Exactly. Peppercorn is so for being held. Yeah, he's not the happiest camper right now, but that's all right. Let's see. We were talking about family dramas. I want to say one of my biggest instances of family drama, it all revolved around my grandma. My grandma was at the very center of all the family drama. And most of it wasn't her fault. She was like the victim for most of it, and I was like, dang, that sucks. I'll give you guys a TLDR version. Essentially, my grandma had one property in Mexico and had one up here. So she had a plot of land down in Mexico, house, you know, the whole shebang. And she also had the house up here in the States. So 2, right? One up here, one down in Mexico. And so she left the one down in Mexico in the care of my aunt, her daughter, right? That daughter is an insanely narcissistic gold digger. And so a whole bunch of stuff happens. TLDR, she ends up doing a whole bunch of things to my grandma, essentially stealing from her multiple times over. And on my grandma's deathbed, she essentially told us, like, hey, whatever you do not give her that house. And so she told my dad, her son, do not let her have that house at all costs. And I was like, what are you gonna do? But so that's that. At the end of the day, she, staying true to that aunt, staying true to how awful she was, strong-armed my dad legally to obtain that house. My dad had no other choice. He had to give it up. So went against her dying wish to essentially, at the end of the day, steal that property from her. And naturally we were like, damn, that sucks. And so here's the even more upsetting part. Up here, the property up here in the States, my grandma was like wanting my family and my uncle to share. And this is the same uncle that I've mentioned on prior occasions. Just mind you guys. So this uncle refused, and he was like, no, instead let's here, help me buy a house and we'll put you on the thing. Essentially swindled her out of her money into buying him a house, took her off the thing, and then kicked her out. And we were just like, that is insane, dude. Here she was trying her hardest to help her son, and that uncle just essentially stole the house from her and then kicked her out. And we were just like, actually at a loss of words, And so we were just like, so both of your children, of your 3 children, 2 of which have stolen a house from you. I was just like, man, poor grandma. Did he fall asleep? Yeah, I think he fell asleep sitting up. Shows what people will do for money? Yeah. If I don't buy my grandma a house, my dad allowed her to stay with us for the remainder of her life. She lived with us until she passed. And you know, feeling the way we did for her, we essentially let her do whatever she wanted. She was the queen of our household for a while. Rest in peace, indeed. We did for her what we could. So your uncle was married years ago. So like, what was she doing there? Oh, I see. Man, people do anything. Yeah, I don't know. As soon as they hear someone, like, passing away or whatever, they're just like, how can I benefit off of this? It is insane what people will do. You grew up with your grandmother living with you? Fled Ukraine after World War II, started life here for her? Yeah. I mean, for us, it was like... She gave us the... I know they had a particular word for it. You know, that whole dream of, like, escaping what was going on in Mexico to come up here and give us a better shot up here. Like, that was what my grandma provided for all of us. So we were just like, wow. Like, my family was always really appreciative of it, at the very least, you know? We were just like, we saw the sacrifice and we were just like, you know, big ol' salute, did what we could for her, honored her the best we could, and the other two children she had just didn't feel that way, and we were just like, that's insane. Long live the ones who provided us a better life. Exactly. At the very least, honor the sacrifice. Hello, Maddie. Welcome back. You're just in time to continue watching the peppercorn stream. This is the Swimming with Pepper, day 2. You're going crazy. Where did the stickers go? The stickers, TikTok is currently kind of doing their thing. I don't know exactly what TikTok plans to do with the subscription thing now. They're changing it to call it Superfans. But the old stickers are currently out of commission for the time being. What on earth are we going to do without the side-eye? Wait, surely this little guy's close to this now. Why does TikTok hate the people that give them money? I have no idea. Was I in love with my ex's mom? Can't say I was. It's a very bold question to ask. I'm glad you feel comfortable enough to ask that question. But I can tell you that the answer would be a firm no. This is why we need the Peapod side-eye. Actually laughing from that? You're sorry? No, it's okay. It is very funny. It is very humorous. You just learned today that Canada has different guidelines on getting paid on TikTok. Do they? I still don't even know the full guidelines of getting paid here. I just kind of wing it. Okay, Stick is awake now. He's still hungry. Where did... Okay, peppercorn's right here. In Canada, they don't have the Creators Fund? Oh, I see. I don't really use the Creators Fund. I don't take advantage of the Creators Fund, really. I don't try to... Like, I don't go out of my way to try for it either. Like, if any of our posts... Like, if any of my posts ever happen to naturally reach above the 1 minute mark, I just kind of say cool. But I never like go out of my way to make it happen. Why are we still asking about his exes? He has a current girlfriend, he's here to play Chao. It's okay. It was a very, very funny question. I need to get sponsors, get that bank. See, that's the thing though, is like for me, the whole sponsor thing, all that kind of stuff, I'd only do it like if I feel genuinely good about whatever thing. But it's so hard to feel good about so many things nowadays. Have my Chao sponsor Skillshare or something. I've been here for an hour and a half, just repeatedly lifting peppercorn in the water. And you know what the greatest part about that is, Kath? I've been doing almost everything on, like, everything game-related. I've been doing it out of, like, peripheral vision, so I'm not even, like, fully looking at it. My eyes have been firmly on the chat the whole time. Today, I'm playing off of entirely peripheral vision. If you've seen me, like, miss lifting anything, I've, that's why I've, like, been sometimes missing, like, picking stuff up. Someone just asked. How did we get on the topic of exes? Yeah, it was just one of those things we were talking about earlier. Yeah, because KK was here during the short time where we were just asking questions. That's why I was like, you know, like I'll excuse it because it's not just out of nowhere. Like they're here, they hang out, they were participating earlier, and we were talking about that earlier. So I was like, it's funny enough, I'll let it go. There's no need to get all mad. It's hard to stay positive these days. The Chao Garden is your safe space for real. I'm glad. That's typically the vibe that we go for here, Teapot. The vibe that we usually aim for, relaxing and comfortable. Anytime you come here to the Chao Garden, we'll usually have something fun we're getting up to. Like today, the whole peppercorn thing. We are currently going through this experiment. But you can expect most of the same anytime you come through. So it's just very consistent, very safe space coded. You know what's funnier? That I'll spend that long doing it, or that we'll spend that long watching? I mean, I've definitely, like, hung out in spaces doing even sillier things for that long, right? The conversation is good. Days like these allow us to focus even more on just some quality conversation here. Because this truly is, like, this is the goal for now. But the goal is to have Peppercorn do his thing. Why do we not want them to reincarnate? So, Doodle Justin, what we're doing, I just want to see if it's possible to extend the Chao's lifespan to get a regular Chao to live to 6 years old. Because they should only live to 5. So by continuously prolonging it, I want to see if we can get there, you know? Oh, look at that. Thank you, Fable. Thank you for the heart mean to go popular. Hope your day's been going well. Pokemon's always been your safe space when it comes to picking up games. Pokemon's a good one. I feel like I still play Pokemon nowadays. You know, lots can be said about the quality of Pokemon, and I do agree. But it's just, Pokemon's always been there, you know? It will always give me that same familiar feel that I've always had, and that's why I continue to play. Imagine how Pepper feels being put in and out of the water for this long. Man's is gonna come out like a raisin. Superfan for $13 a month. Is that how much the Canadian version costs, Fable? My goodness. That's how you are with Sonic. Like, even when you're playing Forces, you enjoyed it somewhat? Yeah. I feel like we all have that one series, you know? For me, it's Kirby, Dragon Quest, and Pokemon. I love those three unconditionally. Dragon Quest, Kirby, and Pokemon, it's just, they warm such a special place in my heart. The best part about Pokemon is the fact that you can get good at competitive. Yeah, I enjoyed some competitive Pokemon here and there. I never did it super seriously, but I enjoyed learning just enough. Dragon Quest mention, are you also a fan? Welcome, welcome. You have now stepped up two rungs on the social ladder for also being a Dragon Quest fan. Glad to have you. Yours is No Man's Sky. You have 700 plus hours. Me with my streamer voice. Do I have the streamer voice on? Insanely massive DQ fan. My people. Have y'all played the Digimon demo? I have not, Pina Colada, but I plan to. I'd like to. I was considering whether or not to do you know how long it is, Pina Colada? Do you know how long, like, from beginning to end, the demo is? So we might just do that before Baldur's Gate 3, if it's short enough. Because Baldur's Gate 3 is probably going to take a while. Remember playing DQMJ on DS back when you were younger? You couldn't put it down? Same here. My very first one was Dragon Warrior Monsters 2 on the Game Boy Color. That was my second one. My very first one was Dragon Warrior Monsters 1 on the Game Boy Color. My dad got it out of a trash can. Had no sticker on the cartridge. I popped it in, saw the slime, instantly fell in love. I was like, ah, yes, this is me. This is for me. Heard around 4 hours. We might do Digimon, the Digimon demo before Baldur's Gate 3. Crossroads demo on Wednesday. You may not be in stream that night. BG3 takes 30 plus hours at least. We're probably going to take way longer than that. Because the way that I play games like that, I sometimes stop and look at everything. I'll sometimes stop and explore the stupidest things. And I don't doubt that Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be one of those. Also, thank you, Melissa, for the heart mean to go popular. Welcome back. Thank you for the heart mean to go popular. Appreciate it. Hopefully your day's been going well. When am I thinking of starting Baldur's Gate 3? I'm aiming for sometime this week, Gem. Sometime this week. I got the game downloaded yesterday. I'm going to just go ahead and kind of stress test to see how the game runs. And then does it have a character customization? Should I make the character on stream, or should I do it ahead of time? Because I also take a very long time there, and I don't know how entertaining that is to watch. Character custom took you forever? I'm the same way. I take so long making my character. BG3 took you 110 hours and you missed a hell of a lot? Jeez. Yeah, see, I'm expecting it to take at least 100 hours. Have to make it on stream as part of the experience? You got it. Also, if I have a question regarding D&D skills, we can help you. Yes, please. Because I am not the most... I know a little bit, like teeny bits here and there, but not too much. So I will need some sort of guidance. Do I have any eggs with S? Yes, Nick. We have quite a few Chao with S ranks. Also, hello, Laura. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Hopefully your day's been treating you well. You need to give stick arms. He's basically naked without them. Should we go do a stage? Let's go run City Escape real quick. We'll take a break from the peppercorn swimming pool stream. But we're gonna do Cityscape once to kind of refresh the palette.
Select the stage.
I'm gonna take an entire stream making my character. I don't doubt it. Legitimately, Rebecca, I do not doubt it. What class do I think I'll play in Baldur's Gate 3? I usually like doing... Like, any games that have classes, I usually like doing things with, like, thievery. So if there's any sort of, like, thieving classes in there, I'll probably do something along those lines. Maybe the clock over gives back our stickers because of City Escape. And doing the stage is just like, actually, here you go. Sorry we took him away to begin with. Oh, look at that. Thank you, Tara. Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate it. Thieving, huh? Yes, thieving. Your opinion, Arcane Trickster is the most fun. Rogue is a class for me. What's the difference between a Rogue and an Arcane Trickster? Is he just like some magic? Sorry, Elmo Chao. You're very welcome. Oh, subclass for Rogue. I see, I see. Did he die in the end? Are we experimenting? The experiment is still ongoing, Tara. We're just taking a quick break because we've been in the pool with him for like an hour and a half nonstop. So we're taking a quick break. Are we all okay? How are we feeling after the first hour and a half of chilling in the pool? Are our fingers okay? Are we pruny yet? You're wondering what we were doing? Pepper's gonna dissolve by the end of stream. He's actually just gonna become a part of the pool. Sonic Adventure 2 battle, correct. I missed the ramp. That one's so easy. He's a strong peppercorn, not having already dissolved. Yeah, that pool is gonna be so incredibly seasoned, it's not even funny. But one sip of that pool water, and ooh boy. We didn't get a single skunk.
Yes.
What other stages have skunks in them? He's making it soup. A good old pepper soup. Good soup, good soup. Or do we just go to Cityscape a second time and remember the skunk this time? No, there's gotta be some stage. There's gotta be at least one other stage where I can get a guaranteed skunk.
Select the stage.
Or do I use this? Surely Crazy Gadget has a skunk. The last time I had a run-in with a skunk the last time I had a run-in with a skunk was in space, so this checks out. Don't ask what neither me or the skunk were doing in space. The collection of good soup in the chat. We can all agree on soup. Space skunk, exactly. Also, for anyone that hasn't seen the speedrun skip at the end of this level, it'll be a treat to see it for the first time. Am I gonna play Pumpkin Hill every day for October? It seems like a fun idea. How do we feel about Pumpkin Hill every day of October? Also, thank you, Tara, for the Go Popular. Appreciate it. Whoa, careful, Sonic. Your sister isn't here? Hello, Abby. Welcome back. I believe I saw them a little bit ago. Daily Pumpkin Hill instead of City Escape? Exactly. Let me up. Pumpkin Hill Daily for spooky season. I think that's something we can make happen. There's lots of Pumpkin Hill. We can make it extra spooky, and we can toss some Mad Space in there too. Gonna end up memorizing the stage lyrics. Now that is spooky, exactly. Nothing scarier than the idea of doing Mad Space every day. The difference between spooky and horrifying. How did he shoot me? My barrier, it's gone, it's gone. That's the thing for spooky season, Dark Garden trips are a must. We're gonna be spending most of our time in October in the Dark Garden to match the vibes, the spooky vibes. Don't forget the skunk. Is there supposed to be a skunk in here somewhere? So for anyone who hasn't seen this trick before, this is really cool. So what you do if you don't want to do this portion of the level, all you gotta do is super bounce up here, spin dash jump across, and you finish the stage. Very cool. Very fast.
That was cool.
That was pretty cool, Sonic. I'm glad you also think so.
Select a stage.
That was a pretty good run of Crazy Gadget. I'm proud of me. Alright, we're gonna go back to City Escape for the skunk. This is the only place I know of to get a guaranteed skunk. And there's two of them. Like one after the other too.
Attention all units. Suspect seen heading south.
I was originally hoping I would get one from the Chao box, but we just didn't. I guess the only thing scarier than Mad Space, property damage. Buy one, get one skunk. For Halloween, we need Pickle with his pumpkin color. Egg hat. Alright, the first skunk is down here. We just got him. He's below that car. The other skunk, if we didn't already know, is up here. He's just chilling. He's a good lad. He walks in circles all day. I think he has, like, rabies or something. Let's go give him to our Chao.
Select a stage.
Imagine you gotta get to work and Sonic yeets your car. Are there truly that many skunks just chilling around San Francisco? Okay, we left the animals, now we gotta go back out, come back in. You think he has rage or something? Let's go give him to our Chao. Yeah, gives it extra flavor. I need the sheep to not be like right there. Go over there, please. Go over there, please. Go over there, please. Over there. You don't want to imagine a Chao getting rabies? Me neither. I said it for the joke. I don't want to think about it any further than that. Okay. There we go. He finally spawned in close to us. All right, back to the daily grind. And now we get to, look at that. We get to spruce up the pool with the glow sticks. We got some pizzazz in here. Actually ran into a skunk on your walk with your dog last night. Really? Do dogs typically know to stay away from skunks, or do they just go do their thing? I think if I was walking the dog that I help out with, if I was walking the dog and I came across a skunk, I'd be terrified. Pepper just wants to shed his wrinkly skin, and I'm just like, no, keep it for science. Is there going to be a VOD of Pepper's death? I have no idea. Do skunks really smell that bad smell? I don't know, actually. I've never had the opportunity or found myself in a situation where I could or would smell the scent of a skunk. Skunks are bad smelling? I would imagine so. Alright, Peppercorn. Just a little bit longer. Who would go up sniffing skunks though? Sometimes you don't have a choice. I think the only people I've known that have like sniffed a skunk scent is just because like I was saying, I know there was one person, I think it was one of my elementary school teachers. They said that they smelled what what skunk spray smells like because their dog got sprayed. And so they had to smell it by extension of, you know, taking care of the dog. They're everywhere. If they get run over, it smells the whole street up. That's insane. It's just like an actual little like fart bomb. You run over them, it just poof. I've never thought about that before. That's crazy. Also, yeah, is that true? If you get sprayed by a skunk, does tomato actually help? They're really cute though. They only stink up when they're scared. Yeah, it's their defense mechanism. I don't blame the skunk for being stinky. Done it several times on your dog. I see, so it's not just a TV thing. It's an actual thing. Good evening. Hello, Jasper. Welcome. Welcome to our humble Chao garden. Wait, come here. Somebody's hungry. Okay, I gotta put peppercorn. There we go. And now we feed. Use apples as defense against skunk. The only instance I know to use apples if I need to accomplish something, And I learned very well. I locked it in. If I ever want to take pictures of wildlife, just throw apples at them. Pokemon Snap has taught me well. How's the stick? The stick is doing quite alright. Where is he? He's eating right now.
Don't worry, buddy.
There you go. That entire time of having Peppercorn in the water, I completely forgot about feeding him. Yeah, near being like right near death, also like swimming all the time. Oh, I thought he was done.
Don't worry, buddy.
Here you go. You seen the new Pokemon game coming? Yeah, the Ditto Animal Crossing type game. He's having his last meal, ain't no way. Each time I think that he's like about to be done with it, so I'm trying to pick him up like right as he's done. Okay, there we go. Game looks super cute. Madden's not for Switch 1. Is it Switch 2? Oh, actually, okay, here. A genuine question because I don't know the answer to it. Curious if any of you guys know the answer. Do you guys know if Pokemon Legends ZA is going to be like released both on the Switch 1 and the Switch 2? Or if it's going to be that thing where it's a Switch 1 game, but it has a Switch 2 upgrade? Being released on both the same day. Okay, thank goodness. Because I could have sworn... I saw someone say that it was just going to be it was a Switch 1 game with a Switch 2 version, but that you would have to get the upgrade for it. And I was just like, ain't no way. It's like, surely they don't. Also, thank you, Bingus. Thank you for the for the 6 music on stages. I appreciate it. That's a very good profile picture. I like it, Bingus. Get the Switch 1 version, Switch 2 version, and a Switch 2 upgrade. I see. So okay, so there is just going to be a flat-out Switch 2 version. Sick. You want Pokemon at the same time? You want to get it for Switch 2? Don't have a 2 yet? Same here. I just recently made a... What was that? Did I hear that? Did I hear anything? Am I hearing things? I'm hearing things. No, but yeah, I just made the other big purchase that I was gonna make for this year. The plane ticket for next time I go back home. You heard a cocoon? I could have sworn I also heard a cocoon, but I don't see a cocoon. I don't see one. Have we made a Chaos Chao? You had one on your GameCube as a kid? Took years to do? Yes, we have 2 of them. One of them is in this garden. Right here. This little guy right here is a Dark Chaos Chao. He's one of the transparent Chao that we got. Not sure you've ever been asked what your favorite food texture is. That's a wild question. I hope it's a good one, honestly, Abby. It's not something we tend to think about. He's escaping. I noticed him, Tara. I saw he was climbing out. I whistled to get him back in. You swear you heard the sound? I thought I did too. That's why I looked around, but I didn't see anything. You don't know. You just know there are foods you hate the texture of. But see, if you can hate the textures of some foods, there are probably some textures that are just alright, some textures that are good, and some that you really, really like, you know? It figures that there'd probably be. You just gotta think of it. I think the easiest one that comes to mind is like, a lot of people really like crunchy stuff, right? Crispy, crunchy. That's a texture. I know whenever I air fry something, I'll leave it like an extra 3 or so minutes so that it gets extra crunchy. Oh, okay. There it is. This little one is growing up. That means peppercorn should be close. Let's go watch him. Great question. Adding to your own personal icebreakers, feel free. That's a good question. Nerd clusters, crunchy, chewy. Honestly, great answer. I think it's a really fun candy.
Don't worry, buddy.
Freeze ice cream, pulled jackfruit or chicken. You like any soft pasta but not spaghetti? You think it's worms. Hi, how we doing? We're doing pretty good. Welcome, Friday Night Funkin' enthusiasts, to our humble Chao garden. Okay, so this little one grew up. Let's go take Pepper to the doctor to see if we're age 6 yet. Are we age 6? Or are we still age 5? We did it. We have an age 6 regular Chao. He's actually age 6. We did it. Also, thank you, Rebecca. Thank you for the 4 donuts. Appreciate it. Age 6 Chao acquired. We done it. Can we let him die now? Yes, we can. We finally did it. It's time for him to go. We spent a solid 3 hours in the water with him. You can go now, Pepper. Time to take him to the farm upstate. It was worth it for science. Now we know it's possible. The doctors say he's healthy if he wants to die. How do you come up with these daily questions? Can't even think of 3 off the top of your head. Usually I just kind of write them down as I think of them. Usually most of my daily questions come from like, what thing am I thinking about that day? Like throughout the course of the day, I'll like have a question and be like, I wonder about this. I'll just write it down, toss it up. Did TikTok take away the entire sub? Kind of. They're rebranding the TikTok subscriptions as like super fans now, is what they're calling it. But I don't have access to it yet. Is this a new egg? This is peppercorn. Peppercorn gets reborn in this type of egg because he's a black market Chao. So a Chao gets reborn in whatever egg they were born from. Keep trying to resub and it's not letting you. It's just down right now, Laura, because they're in the midst of like rebranding, restructuring it. I don't know exactly how it is. There we go. Peppercorn's returned to us. From age 6 to age 0. To the doctor. There we go. Times transformed 1. Age 0. Bring him back 5 minutes later like that? Like, I didn't even think about that. That's actually so funny. Could you imagine? You take your grandpa to the doctor, You walk out, you turn around 5 minutes later with a baby, and you're just like, yeah, here's him. He's, I don't know what happened. Does the doctor ever say they aren't healthy? It is very, very, very rare, but they can get sick. And in those cases, yes, he'll say, hey, your Chao has this going on. Let me give him some medicine. Hello, Gleep.
Don't worry, buddy.
We're immediately on the ground. Welcome back, Peppercorn.
Don't worry, buddy.
Gleep caught the bald. Yeah, let's go. Let's go get the actual training animals now. Because we spent a lot of time in there, a full in-game year in there without really training much of anything. Okay, we need a unicorn. Then we'll go get the condors, the dragons, and the rest of the stuff. He finally got time to rest. He finally did. We finally let the poor little guy go. Hello, how are we doing today? Hello, Just a Guy. Welcome back. We're doing excellent. The most recent experiment of ours here in the garden was a success. We have successfully gotten a regular Chao to live to age 6. We have defied all laws of nature. Onwards. Going as fast as we can. I need the Chao box though. Wonderful, but what was the experiment and how? Essentially, the experiment was, so the theory we had, right? The hypothesis started off was you can kind of delay a Chao going into their cocoon by keeping them active, either in the water or, you know, something along those lines, right? And so the hypothesis was, can we keep a Chao from reincarnating for a full in-game year by keeping them in the water? And so we did. I kept Peppercorn, who was age 5, in the water for an entire in-game year, took him to the doctor, and he was indeed age 6. Besides the experiment worked, it sure did, Narin. Alright, we got the unicorn. Let's go get the condors. You got a fave Pokemon? I sure do. I got 2 of them. My 2 favorite Pokemon are Chatot and Pachirisu. Gen 4 was the first Pokemon game that I was able to, like, ask for myself, you know, that I got my own personal save file for. So it has a special place in my heart, and I really, really, really like Pachirisu. And then Chatot also, I like Chatot too from, like, you know, the game. But on top of that, after playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explores the Sky, absolutely loved the little guy. Chatot has a special place in my heart too. What are we playing this on? We're playing the GameCube version of the game. Instead of a water birth, it was a water death. Oh no. Need more Primate fans.
Select the stage.
First Pokemon game was Pearl. I used Pippo because you didn't understand how the game worked. I always keep my starter Pokemon as a baby. I like whenever they give you the... What's it called? The Everstone? I like whenever they give you the Everstone early, because I like to keep my Pokemon baby. It makes the game harder, which I enjoy, and then also, I don't know. It's just like that whole thought of like my cute cuddly penguin then becoming a goddamn emperor. I'm just like, huh? What do you mean? I like to keep my little penguin a little penguin. Am I up to date on Pokemon ZA info? I believe so, just a guy. I believe I am. I wrapped the Pumpkin Hill. I don't know that I could wrap Pumpkin Hill. Try as I might, I don't know that I could do it. Rapping is not my type of singing style, unfortunately. Anime Real Friday, Mega Medicham? Oh. Thoughts on the Raichu Mega? I don't like that it's DLC before the game's released, but I think Raichu looks neat. I hope it's actually somewhat usable and not just garbage. A second Mega Medicham? Wait, yeah, Medicham already has a Mega. I'll be your hype man. I don't think I could do rap. I don't think my voice lends itself well to rap, nor do I like have the attitude or the energy for it. My style has always been more of for the brief time that I did vocals and whatnot. My style was more I'm trying to find a way that isn't just a flat out saying it. It's more the screaming. Screaming and growls for metal music. Oh, look at that. Thank you, Erica. Thank you for the heart, me. I appreciate it. You used to do vocals for death metal band, you'd be useless at Pumpkin Hill? That's what I'm saying, Louie. That's what I'm saying. I've got more of the metal vocalist in me, rather than rapping. Also, thank you, Just a Guy, for the heart me. I appreciate it. All right, I am a little concerned. How old are you, Gleep? I gotta go check Gleep's age. Do we have to super rush training, or do we still have some time? You believe I have the right attitude and energy? No, I don't think so. Not for rapping. Okay, age one. We're good. The Gleep and Stick should still be fairly young. In that case, we'll start with Burger, because I think Burger's been an adult for a bit now. So what's the plan now that the experiment is over? We have a lot of Chao in here that are long overdue for getting trained. So I think we train up the Chao in here first.
Everything will be okay. Here.
Yeah, we'll start with Stick. Because I think Stick is also... I don't remember who grew up first, Stick or Gleep. Well, you missed the experiment? Welcome back, Gem. The experiment was a success. How's Sprite doing? You saw the Sprite slander, calling him Chubby Post. Sprite is still chilling down in the Dark Garden. He's waiting for his time in October. And he's still a bit chunky. All those hours you were here for just to miss the end of it. So essentially, Gem, what the conclusion was, it did work. Pepper did indeed age up to age 6. We did get a regular Chao to live up to year 6. So it is possible. Good old Pep. We thank him for being the test subject. You know what? Now that you mention it, yeah, I think we gotta think of something special to do for Peppercorn as a special thanks. It was awesome joining in this experiment. Unfortunately, I gotta go now. Good luck. Okie dokie, Teapot. That is A-okay. I hope you enjoyed your time here at the garden with us. Hope you enjoyed the vibes, and I hope you have a good rest of your night. Didn't know you could buffer pick up the same animal. That's insane. Yeah, the animal glitch, you get to, if you just kind of stand just a little bit in front of him like this, you set it down, exactly like this, just close enough. They don't get to fully grab it, so you get to use the animal over and over and over. And so this is what we do to train our Chao, like, you know, more efficiently. It's finally allowed to die. If there's a mushroom for extra luck. How long have we been going? Today, we've been going for a little over 2 hours now. Nostalgia issues got hearing the Chao Island song. Welcome, Byron. Welcome to our humble Chao garden. We're hungry. Actually, that's a good idea. Let's go check to see if they have Chao fruit. I was trying to keep them all fed while we were doing the peppercorn experiment, but we I know I was kind of falling behind a little bit here and there. Let's go. They got the How fruit in stock. Did whether he acknowledges it different? Yeah, sometimes there are sometimes where I do see something in the chat, but like it's I don't know. I feel like I do my best to like have good prioritization, you know, kind of like bounce around in a good manner. I feel like I do okay, but there are some things that I do see and I just don't respond to. Not because I don't want to or anything, just because I don't know. It's just that thing, you know, the prioritization. Good night, everyone. Have a blessed evening. Okie dokie, Louie. Hope you enjoyed the time here at the garden with us. Hope you have a good rest of your night. You're joking, no worry. Oh, I know. I feel like I got a pretty decent handle on it now. I know whenever I first started, I was struggling. Now we all know. I didn't miss the message, I'm just ignoring. Usually it's not in a bad way. I do ignore, I think I've told you guys before, like, you know, whenever someone comes in with like a particularly whack type of message, in those instances, yeah, I'll let the first one slide, just kind of like, all right, you know? Struggled a lot. I used to struggle with keeping up with the chat sometimes, but not nowadays. I feel like I've gotten a pretty decent handle on it. Hero Chao or Dark Chao? You love Hero Chao so much. So pretty with their evolutions. They are very neat. If I had to choose a particular favorite type of, you know, I think I do prefer Heroes. Hero Swim and Hero Fly, I think, are my personal favorites. But I also really like Dark Swim. How do you get so many rings? We have a glitch that we take advantage of to get the rings. Actually, how many rings do we have? Pretty soon we can actually maybe start doing the glitch a little bit. Pretty had a YouTube channel. Yeah, the YouTube is there just for VODs, pretty much. If ever comes a day that I decide to do some sort of like video that's longer than, you know, a little too long for TikTok, I'll probably post it up on the YouTube. But for now, the YouTube is mostly just for, ooh, I'm sorry, Burger. YouTube is mostly just for VODs. I lifted it while he was eating. I'm so sorry, Peppercorn. Please don't be mad at me. 13,800 something. Yeah, we got plenty of rings. We'll start doing the glitch soon, though, just to show it off a little bit. Oh, he's crying. I'm sorry, Pepper.
Everything will be okay.
Pepper died. Did she get to level 6? Yes, Jenna. Pepper did indeed live to age 6. The experiment was a success. There we go. We'll pet Pepper for a good long minute. And then I also accidentally woke up Burger. It's all falling apart. This is how the cookie crumbles. 0 days without an incident. And we were doing so good. You want the last bite? Oh.
Here, everything will be okay. Everything will be okay.
Been a while, but hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. Welcome back to the garden.
Here, everything will be
Burger is still Madge. Would you like some more fruit? Best thing, as soon as you hear me talk about him getting to 6th year, you hear his happiness. I mean, yeah, because that was one of those, like, it was one of those personal projects, yeah? I had the thought, and I was like, is this possible? Is this a thing I can do? And whenever I get one of those thoughts, I'm just like, I really, really, really want to see it through to the end. I'm just like, is this a thing I can do? I need to know now. And so I just set off and start doing it. Hello, Garden. Hello, Super Doodle. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Hopefully your day's been going well.
Everything will be okay.
Gaming the system, you love it. When the experiment is successful, it's just sheer happiness. Exactly. The next experiment I have in mind is going to be one of those like all-day stream type things. We do an extra long stream for the next experiment. Also, let's go sell this eggshell. Wait, hold on. Is the beanie still here? Where did the beanie end up? The box is there. Burger's on the ground. Pod Pea's also on the ground. Did we lose our beanie? This ain't good. Well, okay, until the beanie reappears, we will use Pepper's eggshell. Because I think that also sells for the same amount. BG3, Baldur's Gate 3, correct, just a guy. We're going to be doing a Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. My very first time playing the game. Over on the purple platform in the coming days. I'm aiming to start it sometime this week. It'll be the first big, like, nice, big, long game we play over there. And I'm looking forward to it. Alright, let's go ahead and sell this eggshell. Multiple times. And sell. And now we reset the game.
Select a stage.
It sure is convenient that we have that eggshell there now that we don't have the beanie for some reason. Did Stick become extra green? I don't think he should have. I think he should be the same shade of green he's always been. He might look more green because he has his regular arms, so we get to see more of the green. We were supposed to get him skunk arms again. I think we got the skunks and I just forgot to do it. Yeah, it's so caught up in the excitement of Pepper. The glitch is glitching. We are making so much money.
Select a stage. Who will you be?
How much is enough? How much do we scam the poor lad? The hunt for the black beanie again? It just might be. Whoa! Who's yelling? Is that Stick? Stick was yelling. Yeah, that was close. One for each year Pepper got to live. Alright, how many times have we sold it now? 2? That's 3. Hee hee. Hello, Asia4. Welcome back.
Who will you be?
Welcome back. Good to see you. Hopefully your day has been treating you well. Can't believe Putter just did that unprovoked. He saw us running past with it. He was like, hold on, let me see that. He just yoinked it right out of our hands. Okay, after this one, I think we just saw it the one more time. And I'm gonna do the out of bounds glitch again. To see if the beanie maybe ended up underground. Actually, no, I can. Hold on. I know what we'll do. Can't believe we lost the beanie. Here, I have an idea of how we can check to see if the beanie's in there. Let me check to see if the beanie's still in here or not. It'd be really funny if it is, and it's just like under the ground. And this seems like a fine way to check. Beanie, hello? I don't see it. What about that direction? Nope, I don't see it. Was it over there? Yeah, I don't see it. Do we just clip out of bounds real quick to see if it shows up again? It shouldn't be over here, right? It's not. Turns out I'm a little blind. The beanie was there all along. I thought it was gone. I didn't see it. It was hidden too well.
Select a stage.
I was like, nope, it's gone. It's over. We'll never see it again. And it was just there the whole time, just chilling. None of a slide either, yeah. We were just a little too good at hide and seek. All right, Gleep. You ready to start some training?
Yeah, everything will be okay.
My eyesight borked. Eyesight is indeed a little bit borked. Oh. You got.
Everything will be okay. Yeah, everything will be okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
One of the peas hadn't eaten?
Yeah.
Did I not feed both of the peas? Gonna head to bed. Thank you for streaming tonight. You're very welcome, Kat. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed your time here at the garden with us. And I hope you have a good rest of your night. Here you go, Gleep. Take the burb. Oh, okay, you know, I started mentioning it earlier, but I don't think I finished. So, just yesterday, just the other day, right? I made the other big purchase that I was gonna have to make this year, which was the plane ticket. The plane tickets to go back home, to go visit back home again, right? For the next home visit. Just got that out of the way, so now I can now more properly plan around when I'd be able to get a Switch 2. And whenever I get a Switch 2, we're playing the new Kirby. Well, not new, but like... You guys know how the Kirby and the Forgotten Land is getting the additional little gameplay portion? I forget what it's called. But I'd really like to play that.
Everything will be okay.
I love Kirby with all my heart. He's a good little lad.
Everything will be okay.
Alright, Burger, you next. My god, he's asleep for like 2 seconds. You can already hear him snoring up a storm. Whoa! Into the water.
Everything will be okay.
You swear he really does sleep more often than normal, Chao? You think so? I mean, maybe. The Gleepster just has the sleep gene. What's it called? The condition where you just, like, randomly fall asleep all the time? Is it, narcolepsy?
Everything will be okay.
What if Gleep just has narcolepsy? Do any of them fly? Sometimes they do. If they ever jump from a ledge, there's a chance that they'll fly. Yeah, this whole time, maybe it's just been that Gleep has narcolepsy and we just didn't know. The Chao doctor actually only knows how to diagnose the 3 things that are in the game. He can't diagnose the narcolepsy. Someone evolving or reincarnating. You swear you heard a sound? I could have sworn I heard it too, but I looked around and I didn't see anything.
Everything will be okay.
But yeah, you're not alone. I swore I heard it too.
Everything will be okay.
Love the little snore sounds they make. It's very cute. I think my favorite part about it is that you can hear it just echo through the whole garden. Very powerful sleepers. Might just be going crazy after all those cocoons Pepper made. Yeah, we've heard it too much, now we just hear it everywhere. We're gonna hear a slight whistle and we're gonna be like, cocoon? Wish you could sleep like that. What's the best sleep we've ever had? I want to say one of the best sleeps I've ever had was, there was this one shortly before I left home, shortly before I moved out. We had gone on a family trip to Disneyland. I was up on my feet for the entire day, and I was just so insanely tired. I was like, I cannot function anymore. By the time we made it back to the house, I was just like, yep. As soon as I hit the bed, I was out. Best sleep you ever had was after a 14-hour flight. I don't know if it's just me. I can't sleep directly after a flight. Like neither in the flight or after the flight. I always stay up for a while after, no matter how long I'd been up. You can't sleep on planes or cars? Me neither. I simply cannot do it. Not only all of, like, the bumpiness and, like, the moving around and all, but, like, I don't know. There's just something about it. Something about it just doesn't lend itself well to me sleeping. Drove through the night on a road trip. Absolutely crashed when you got back home. I feel like stuff like that, for me at least, tends to make me feel more tired. Just like being like locked in on something for like a really, really long time. I feel like that'll drain the mental energy really quickly. You need a pillow to sleep nice. Planes are more difficult to sleep on. Cars feel more stable sometimes. Sometimes. I don't know. I can't sleep on either one. I think mostly just because, like, I don't like the thought of being asleep if something goes wrong. Not that I'd be able to do much about it either way, but, like, it still just bugs me, you know? Like, it'll keep me up. Fell asleep on a flight with AirPods in, lost the pod. Can't sleep on planes now. You're just unwilling to lose one ever again. I feel so far I've been lucky. I haven't had too many bad plane experiences or anything. I had a bad airport experience, is the closest I had. There was a dude. It's like an older guy. It's like not super old, but like older, you know? He and his family were sitting there, you know, as you do, waiting for the thing to open. And his son, so he starts coughing, doesn't cover his mouth. And his son just completely starts grilling him over it. His son is just like, dude, why can't you just cover your mouth? And I was just like, damn, you know what? I was like, pop off, let him know. But I was like sitting like right next to them, and I was like, damn, yeah, I kind of want to move. This dude is like coughing up a storm right next to me. I landed in Dubai during a sandstorm back in 3rd grade. It was pretty wild, I'd imagine. There was one field trip that I went on where the bus got a flat tire, and we had to switch bus. All of the kids were like making a huge deal about it. We were just like, oh my god, we're like, the bus is gonna flip with us on it. Like, I don't know, for some reason we just thought like flat tire meant the bus was gonna flip. And so we were all freaking out, and the teachers were having to be like, no, it's okay. We're just going to get a different bus and switch it over. But I was fully convinced too. Like, as soon as the other kids were like saying it, I was just like, damn. I was like, is that what happens when a bus has a flat tire? Because I was just like, I've never seen a bus with a flat tire. I don't know what happens. You've only ever been on a flight to Barcelona, which is like 2 hours. You just haven't been too bad. Yeah, whenever I head back and forth between home and where I am now, I have to take 2 flights. One short one, one long one. The short one's like a little over an hour. The second one's like 5 hours. You feel hella claustrophobic on the way back? I don't think I've ever struggled with that. Sitting in one spot for the whole plane ride, I haven't struggled with.
Everything will be okay.
I'm trying to think, what's the worst experience I've had on a plane? There was once, actually. There was this one lady who sat in the seat next to me, and she wasn't supposed to be there. And like I could see on her ticket, like on her boarding pass, that she wasn't supposed to be there. And she was like arguing the flight attendant on it. I was like,
Everything will be okay.
I was just like, what the hell is this person's deal? Just move over to the other seat. It's like it's not even a different like section or anything. It's like 2 seats back.
Here. Everything will be
But
okay.
like this woman was just adamant that she was in the right seat, and I was like, oh, that's insane.
Here. Everything will be okay. Here.
You have beef with connecting flights. You just want it to be one and done. Layover anxiety is real. I feel like I usually prefer really long layovers because for that same reason, I don't want to miss the second flight. So like the longer the layover, the better. I don't mind just kind of hanging out, just chilling for a little bit, but I don't want to feel like I have to be in a rush.
Oh, here.
Music helps with long trips for sure. Can never forget your headphones or you die.
Here.
For me, rather than music, I just play a game.
Here.
The last time I went home, the entire trip, I was just playing Fire Emblem. I was playing through Fire Emblem Fates. That's what kept me sane during that whole trip.
Oh. Here. Here. Oh.
We got the one that realized you're stuck thousands of feet in the air.
Here.
Yeah, I try to not think of that too much usually. Well, anytime I start getting worried about safety on a plane, I'm usually just like, safer than cars, safer than cars, safer than cars, safer than cars. And I just keep repeating that to myself over and over.
Here. Here.
Goated Fire Emblem game? I really... Well, okay. I wasn't a big fan of the story. I thought the story in Fire Emblem Fates was kind of eh. But I had a good time with the gameplay. I thought it was challenging enough.
Here. Oh.
At least Conquest was. Conquest was challenging. Birthright was Birthright was kind of laughably easy.
Here.
Is literally your favorite mode on any game they ever made? Never knew others liked it too? Oh, yeah, absolutely, Fate. We love this game here.
Here. Here.
I'm excited for the new one they announced.
Here.
Yes and no. It very much so looks like Three Houses vibes. Also, thank you, Fate. Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate it.
Here.
Hope you enjoy your vibes here in the garden with us.
Here.
But yeah, no, the new Fire Emblem game, I don't know how to feel about it yet because it looks very it looks very Three Houses like, you know, like kind of like same vibe. And they did show that, you know, Solstice is there. And I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion. I actually didn't really like Three Houses. I think Three Houses has probably been my least favorite Fire Emblem game. So I'm excited for new Fire Emblem. Not super excited that it's Three Houses based. Favorite food texture, Italian ice. Solid answer. Aerospace, can you get a Chao named after me? Typically, the way we do Chao names is it's like a community vote type thing. So everyone that's watching at the time that we introduce a new Chao gets to just vote on the new name.
Here. Everything will be okay. Oh. Here. Everything will be okay. Oh.
Here you go, Burger. Keep going. I messed up my second skeleton dog. I think I only had the two. Trying to move on to unicorns.
Here. Everything will be okay. Here. Here. Oh. Here.
That's right, 2H look good, but you know if you're gonna play it. Yeah, for me it'll just depend.
Everything will be okay.
If it has a whole bunch of monastery stuff, the way that Three Houses did, then I'm probably gonna wait until I see it on sale or something.
Here.
If it doesn't though, then I'd be more inclined to try it.
Here. Here.
But you named the orange one?
Here.
The orange Chao? You mean the Gleepster?
Everything will be okay.
This is Gleepub. But we usually just shorten it to Gleep.
Here.
That's Gleepub? Yes, it is. This is the Gleepster. Anytime you hear us talk about Gleep, it's him.
Here.
We're dancing, we're dancing. Favorite food texture, aloe water chunks. Aloe water chunks, can't say I've ever heard of such a thing. That sounds interesting though. I do typically like refreshing aloe things. I think they're neat. Cactus juice slaps. I don't think I've ever had a chance to have cactus juice. I've had cactus. I've had cactus and the fruit that's on them, but I've never had like just juice. Separatelty. Excellent. Our fingers are functioning today. They're gonna water it together. They're gonna water it together. Hold on, hold on. I gotta get the camera for this. Hold on. Mom, get the camera. Group gardening. Oh, I thought he was gonna water it. He's just walking into the tree. Never mind. Yeah, the Gleep is just stuck. That's crazy. He got pushed over to the other side, and he matched the turn to keep walking into it. It tastes like artificial sour apple flavor? That sounds crazy, actually. What the heck? And cactus juice, you're saying is what it's called? Is the camera part of the original game? Not quite. Being able to move the camera around is part of the emulator. So like the emulator lets me, you know, freely move the camera as I please. You sometimes, you know, like to take advantage of it. People are like, what's the point? It's just a port. When it comes to ports, I think it's fine. I think it's crazy that it's as much as it is.
Everything will be okay.
Like I think the price is definitely a little high, but I don't mind having the game on the console. I think, you know, the thing that surprises me the most about the Mario Galaxy ports? The thing that surprises me the most about them, where's Puddle? I just saw him. The thing that surprises me the most is that Mario Galaxy is now in two different collections. Like, two different port collections. I'm just like, why? Why did you guys do that? They stopped selling, get rid of the Mario All-Stars? Yeah, that's also a strange choice. Prickly pear drink by Time Bark, Polish brand. You know, if I remember, I'm probably actually gonna look into that. A drink like that sounds crazy. It sounds unique, rather, and I like that. I like unique. There's a Halloween-looking Chao. By Halloween-looking Chao, which one do we mean? Someone random? Do we mean Stick? Do we mean Puddle?
Everything will be okay.
Flame Antenna? I think we mean Puddle. Yeah, this is Puddle. He is our Dark Chaos Chao. He is a Chaos Chao, so that means he's immortal.
Be okay.
He cannot get animal parts. He cannot breed. But he looks very cool. Never seen Puddle before? Really? Nah, this guy's a good one. He's one of our only 2 Chaos Chao in here, so he's special.
Everything will be okay.
Would you like to finish this, Tails? Thank you, I appreciate that. You got this game on PS3? Neat. It's a very good game.
Everything will be okay.
If they could port Galaxy for that movie, we should have gotten the ported this for Switch 3. You know, whenever they first showed the Mario Galaxy movie and they started showing the whole like Super Mario Galaxy 1, Super Mario Galaxy 2, I thought for a second that we were gonna get a Galaxy 3. I was like, no way. I wouldn't have minded a Galaxy 3. Dumb question, how'd you get the Tails one? I don't think that's a dumb question at all. The Tails Chao here, he's a special event Chao. So there's a special quest you can do in Phantasy Star Online. Doing that quest, you get a special item that lets you transfer a Chao down to the Game Boy, and then you transfer it back up. And the Chao in question is the special Tails Chao.
Everything will be okay.
And so that's how we got him. You hope they fumble the movie emotionally so you don't have to stop hearing the Luma theme like always.
Everything will
Oh
be okay.
my, okay, you know, so I went back and watched the direct again. You know something that I caught in the second time that I was just like, wait, hold on, what?
Okay.
That like was insanely funny, insanely strange. Do we, you know how they were saying like, oh, we added some new storybook pages to the Rosalina Storytime book. And I was like, oh, that's neat, that's cute. And then they were like, and you can also purchase a physical version of the book. But those extra pages we just mentioned, yeah, those aren't in there. Piss off. I was just like, huh? I was like, why would you announce that and then immediately be like, actually, those extra pages aren't in there, though. I was just like, all right. Damn, okay. I was so confused. I can only imagine that it was like you know, like a last-minute late development type thing. Like the books were already printed before they added the new pages to the original thing. But I found it really funny that they did it that way. That they were like, hey, new pages, physical book. The pages aren't in there though. Gleepub, your sweet little dragon baby. Yeah, typically Gleepub is in the shape of a sheep. Typically he's very sheep flavored, but today he's dragon flavored. Maybe they didn't communicate it till last minute. Yeah, I don't know. My best guess, I was just like, that has to have been like a last minute thing, and that's why they did that. But it doesn't stop it from being any less funny.
Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay.
Also, apparently the Kirby Air Ride amiibos are gonna be like $50. Is that true? I saw that and I was just like, wait, no way. Surely not. It is true? 50 each? That's insane. See, I had my fair share of amiibo because I was just like, yeah, 15 to 20 for a little figure that also gives a little goodie in a game. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. That's a good deal. $50 though? That's crazy. Amiibo? Yes, someone random. So if we don't already know what amiibos are the little figures that Nintendo releases alongside some of their games. It's a little figure with an NFC card in it that you can then scan on the controller. Usually it just gives you additional little goodies in the game. Like an extra little item or something. Different games have different functionality. $50 for that. They used to, so most of the amiibos back in the day, they used to cost like $15 to $20. Like, I never saw an amiibo retail for more than like 20. But now 50. That's insane. Kirby Air Ride is probably your favorite game on the GameCube to play with your sister? Me too. I love Kirby Air Ride. Kirby Air Ride is one of my favorite games of all time. I was so happy whenever they announced a new one. I was like, ain't no way. Dreams do come true. Metroid game looked decent until that direct. I'm like, I've never really played much of the Metroid games. I've never played too much of the Metroid games, but like, as soon as I saw Samus on the motorcycle, I was just like, huh? I was like, how are the rest of the Metroid fans gonna feel about that? Do I know if Air Ride 2 will be switched to exclusive? I don't know, actually. I wouldn't doubt that it might be. Because I could see that game kind of having issues running on the Switch 1, but I don't know for sure. You can also see them making another Zelda game after Hyrule Warriors. Yeah, the whole thing with Hyrule Warriors, so I've already talked before about how much I don't really like the new Zelda games. I think they did something even more that annoyed me even more with the new Hyrule Warriors. So like, I already didn't like that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom didn't have all that much story in them, and that the story is pretty much like, oh yeah, the story already happened. You gotta like piece it together through like flashbacks and stuff. I thought that was already kind of lame, but now they're like, well, actually, the story that this game didn't have, what if we put it into a warrior style game? And I'm just like, well, that's even worse. Why would you not have the story in the game and then put it into a different game that has a completely different playstyle to the original series? Air Ride 2 is Switch exclusive. Source sad Switch 1 owner, Sag. You loved Age of Calamity. New one doesn't look as good though. I really liked the original Hyrule Warriors, but because they allowed it to be its own thing. I'm not the biggest fan of tying in story for the main series with a side game that's a completely different playstyle. Personally, I think that's I wasn't the biggest fan. So that's why whenever the original Hyrule Warriors came out, I really liked it because it was its own little thing. Non-canon, just it's its own thing. Here, what if these characters existed in this type of universe and this was happening? And I was just like, you know what? I like it. A little sad that the first game of Zelda's playable wasn't a mainline title. Yeah, I could see that. But see, that's part of the reason why I really liked Hyrule Warriors, the original one, because it was the first opportunity to really play with a lot of those Zelda characters, you know? That was like your first time being able to play as a... Well, not the first time. I guess like Majora's Mask kind of counts, right? Being able to play as a Goron. But like being able to play like as the Goron, the Zora... Being able to play as Zelda and Sheik too is pretty cool. I actually kind of liked the OCs that they had for the Warriors game too. I forget what her name was. What was her name? The blue-haired one? Was it Lana? I actually kind of like Lana as a character. I thought she was cute. Like her whole thing with the... With her and her other, you know, her and Sia. I was like, that's pretty cool. You haven't seen this trick in forever? Hello, welcome. Welcome to our humble Chao garden. We are currently training up Gleep. So we do be using the glitch.
Here, everything will be okay.
Best Warriors game is the One Piece version. You never watched the show?
Here, everything will be okay. Here.
You think they claim Age of Calamity isn't canon, but who even knows? Wasn't that the whole point? 'Cause that's how they're marketing this one. That's how they're marketing the newest one. It's like, oh, this is a story that coincides with this game. Saw your last upload. Make sure they play ball. Don't worry. They played plenty of ball, and the Chao in question has now fully reincarnated. They're baby once again.
Here, everything will be okay. Here.
Seriously, One Piece Pirate Warriors is super fun. If I like Warriors games. See, that was my whole thing is like, I'd always wanted to play a Warriors game, but I didn't care about the actual like Dynasty Warrior characters. Like, I didn't care about those characters. And so I was always just like, well, maybe someday they'll release a Warrior type game with characters that I like. And then they announced Hyrule Warriors, and I was like, there it is. I was like, that's the game I've been waiting for. That has all my favorite Zelda characters, and I get to play them in a Warrior-style setting. You know what other game, actually, that I've been meaning to play that's like Warrior-style? Persona 5 Strikers. I played both the original Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, 100%ed both titles entirely, you know, all the way through. And I do have Persona 5 Strikers. I just haven't actually gotten to play it yet. You like the idea of more characters, but you wish it was Legend of Zelda proper? I see. Majora's Mask, good example. It can work. I thought it was cool. Like, all three of them had different movesets. The Deku had his own little things he could do. Goron had his own fighting style. Zora had his own fighting style. I thought it was cool that they repurposed the boomerang to be the Zora thing. I don't know what you would call them. The Zora fins? The blades? I don't know. You've been meaning to play Persona for a while now. I'm a big fan. It's one of those where the fan base is cringe, but the games are good. You wish they'd make a Final Fantasy Warriors game? I've always wanted to try Final Fantasy. I've always been a very bitter baby about that series. Most fan bases then? Correct.
Everything will be okay. Here. Everything will be okay. Here.
Zora was your favorite. The boomerang fin blade thing was neat. Yeah, fin blade. I think that's a good way to put it. I was at a loss for what to call it.
Here. Everything will be okay.
You're gonna say, is the game that good if the fan base isn't a little cringe? See, that's the thing. It's like every fan base has its own, you know, proper amount of cringe. But like, I feel like there are some fan bases where, like, the main joke that they cling to is really, really, really unfortunate. Like, you know, whatever cringe things you can say about, like, Pokemon, Sonic, or whatever else, it's, you know, it's cringe, but, like, it's alright. But, like, for Persona, the main thing that they like to joke about is the whole, like, teenager protagonist dating adult women thing, and I'm just like, why do you guys have to always hone in on, like, the worst thing you can hone in on? It's like, why is that what you choose to laugh about?
Everything will be okay.
Final Fantasy's fun, has some of the best songs of all time. Have I seen Sonic fanfics? You think Sonic's one of the cringes ones like Persona? But that's the thing, it's like, everyone knows that it exists, but it doesn't get brought to the, like, it doesn't get brought to the forefront constantly. And that's what I mean, it's like, that stuff exists within every fan base, but it doesn't constantly get brought up to the surface. The Persona fan base, that is right there at the very surface of every discussion. That's my issue with it. We pretend we do not see it. I think that's the issue with it, is like how much it gets brought to the surface. Because with Persona, it's constantly brought up to the surface. It is one of the main talking points. And like for that stuff, I'm just like, man, it's like you can talk about anything else. Like in the deeper circles, yeah, sure, go talk and joke about it as much as you want. But like on the surface, man, for real, this is how you want to advocate for your game? People think all edgy is funny. It's just immaturity. Absolutely. 100% agree. But yeah, no, like that's where the, you know, my comment of Persona being a little bit cringe, that's where that comes from. Don't think you ever saw that part of the Persona fandom? It's also new to you. Spend like 5 minutes on any Reddit thread, it'll come up, I guarantee you. Somehow every single Reddit thread finds a way to make it about the relationships. Oh, is Chao going to be the Olympics? So much training? Yes. I am rushing to... Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna go take Burger to the doctor. I wanna go see how old he is. Persona 5 is in your top 20 games of all time. Never be part of the community though. You and me both. You and me both. Also, thank you someone random. Thank you for the game controller. I appreciate it. We should tech Tails' age? You know what? Good point. Okay, he's only 1 year old too. Is it a good thing you barely use Reddit? Same here. I like scrolling some of the, you know, some of the funny memes. Like, you know, I sometimes use Reddit as like a way to get information. If I hear about something going on, you go to that subreddit for whatever thing, and they'll have all the information there at the top for you, pretty much. Oh, we got. In my entire time ever using Reddit, I have made one post. I have only ever made the one post. It got 500 updates, and I was like, cool. And then I never used it ever again. Age 10. He's age 10. We're in the double digits. "10-year-old Tails. He's mad." He's a big boy. 10-year-old Tails. Reddit can be fun and informative. Community can also be toxic. Yeah.
Everything will be okay.
Also, did I already say thank you for the game controller? Someone random? Just in case I did. Thank you for the game controller. Who wants to play with Bleep? Oh, that's an alien fish. Do we just want to play with them? Why does part of SA2B will never have a standalone spin-off? Your question, it's the question we've been asking since the dawn of this game's being released. No one wants to play with the Gleep. That's okay, Gleep. We will listen. I had already said things? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I couldn't remember. that little itty bitty blurb of time just kind of like poofed. And I was like, wait a second. Excellent.
Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. Here, everything will be okay.
You're back. Has Peppercorn been released from this mortal realm? Peppercorn has been released. Where is Peppercorn? Peppercorn is over here.
Here, everything will be okay. Everything will be okay.
Did the experiment prove fruitful? Yes, it did.
Everything will be okay.
We successfully had Peppercorn live to 6 years old. We saw it with our own eyes.
Here,
When did Stick go hero? You like the halo on them? Yeah, it was an accident. I didn't realize the Stick was leaning that far hero, and it was just too late. What? Yeah, someone random. The experiment we were carrying out last time. So last year we began an experiment where we were keeping Peppercorn in the water indefinitely because he was 5 years old and ready to pass away. We kept him here in the water for a full in-game year to see if we could prolong his life and get him to live to 6 years old. And we accomplished it. We successfully got him to 6 years old. And then we finally promptly let him pass away. And here he is.
here.
That's crazy. It was a very fun experiment. I got the question in my mind. I was like, can I do this? I was like, is this a thing that works? And it's just one of those things, you know? Once I have it in my mind, I was like, I can't let it go. I have to do it. Also, I saw someone ask a second ago if we do races. Yes, we do. And actually, it is about time to get our races going. Karate. Humble request for Gleep to be made immortal. Could you imagine? Alright, who do we have up here? We'll let Flurry, Miku, and Puddle duke it out. When did Puddle become immortal? Quite some time ago. We've had Chaos Puddle for quite a bit. Oh, I forgot to change this. Oh, we're getting crunchy. There we go. When will Oshawott return from the war? Little guy is still out of commission for now. Okay, strong start from Miku. Let's go. Alright, Puddle, you gotta lock in. Oh, Miku is super locked in. Oh, it's being such a gen not hitting Miku hard. You think so? On the down low, he's like whispering, he's like, Miku, I'm about to strike. You gotta move to the left. Oh, okay. Goodbye. Congratulations, Puddle. What just happened? Apparently that's a thing that happens with Chaos Chao sometimes. Sometimes Miku will just kind of clip through the stage and just bounce way off because of how big her head is. Gotta run. Have a good one. Okie dokie, someone random. Hope you enjoyed your time here at the garden with us, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Alright, Miku. Show him that doesn't happen to you twice. Alright, Miku has a little bit of a lead. Puddle's already kind of having to take a breath. Also only got to work 4 nights this week, so you can actually be around a lot more. Hey, neat. Glad to hear it. That means you'll probably be around for the beginning of the Baldur's Gate playthrough. I am very much so looking forward to it. Baldur's Gate 3, I've heard such good things about that game. Ooh, Miku is kind of getting work now. And the Digimon demo as well. Oh. Sorry, Miku. I know you put your heart into it, but it just wasn't enough this time around. Baby karate. Cookie versus corn pop. So curious what you'll think of the Digimon game. I hope I like it. I've always wanted to get into Digimon. If this is the beginning of my Digimon journey, I would love it. Oh, we're already tired. Go Cookie with his little diaper. Is that what we're calling it? That Digimon? You know what? In some ways, I think a Chao does kind of look like Digimon. And a diaper. Apparently. Cookie must be baby forever. We gotta maintain his innocence. Maintain his diaper. Oh, there it is. Cookie takes the first round. Got your house on the line for purple? Yeah, oh boy, do I got some news for you. Is new Digimon game coming out soon? Somewhat soon. They have a demo currently for the newest Digimon game. Let's see. What other matchup would be good? Tails versus Cat and Tooth. Gleep is the one doing the toot in the background to cheer them on. You think so? That's very cute. Thinking that it's the other Chao. Lock in, Cat and Tooth. Lock in. Excellent dodge. You also got dodge. Never mind. My god, Tails is kind of working Cat and Tooth right now. Another dodge. He just can't hit him. Had to hop. Have a great night, everyone. Okie dokie, Laura. Hope you enjoyed the vibes here at the garden tonight. Hope you had a good time. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Tails just absolutely demolished Captain Tooth. My god. I won't put him through that again. I'm sorry, Captain Tooth. And a race. We'll do one race, because I think my, I actually think my real world responsibilities are going to catch up to me real soon. So we'll do the one race. Miku versus Puddle seems fine. Is it the doggo I need to walk? Potentially. I have to confirm whether or not the doggo needs me to be the one walking them tonight. You know what? Speaking of the doggo, the others, I forget exactly who it was. I remember there was a few of us in here who were talking about Pokemon Go. And I mentioned that I wanted to get back into Pokemon Go. Y'all had finally done it. Oh, let's try that a second time with some more equal luck so we can actually watch a race. Come on. We gotta get the same luck, please. First race today. Am I enjoying myself? Yes, I am. I think the dog likes it too, because now whenever I take the doggo out on a walk now, we're out there for way longer, because I'm just like, wait, hold on, I gotta go this way, and I gotta go that way. So now we stay out on our walk a lot longer, so the doggo is eating good. Let's get the chats out. Hold on, doggo. Exactly. I'll just be like, hold on, we gotta go that way. There's a Pokemon over there. I think the funniest instance I've had so far is the dog was all done with what she had to do. She wanted to go back inside. And I was like, wait, hold on. I was like, I want to get the Pokestop one more time. We gotta hang out here for a few more minutes. And she was just like annoyed, like wanting to go inside. Do I have a Dogonar? Is it the dog sitting situation? The dog sitting situation. I don't see myself getting a dog for quite a while. The closest I have is the Frank back home. You guys will hear me talk about the Frank whenever we're back at home. Absolutely love Pokemon. Same here. It was you guys that some of you guys in the chat that got me back into Pokemon Go, because you guys are talking about it, and I was like, man, I want to play that again too. Frank the Tank. You remember the Frank? He's a cutie. He's adorable. He's very... He's so ugly, he's cute. I love it. Fell off it for a bit because the spawns got boring. Yeah. I'm having a decent enough time with it. If anything, just because the apartment complex has a few Pokestops around here, so it makes it a lot easier to play. Back in Vegas, my neighborhood sucked. My neighborhood for Pokemon Go was awful. There was nothing around, so it just made it really hard to play. What's my favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is Chatot and Pachirisu. Those are my two favorites. You just don't go outside. Hello, hello, Sorcerer. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Hopefully your day has been treating you well. They had a Kanto event. It's boring to you because it was like that for a long time when it started. Yeah, they always go back to Kanto. Nice. Yours is Darkrai. Ooh, good choice. I think solid choice. I think for you, a lot of the Pokemon Go communities there was are dead now. I see. For me, you know, part of what ruined it for me is there was a Pokemon Go community back in Vegas that I thought was neat because, you know, it was like right there where I would be at playing anyways, like my main place to go play. But I got really annoyed because they took themselves far too seriously. Like the designated community leads, you know, quote unquote, because it was an entirely unofficial thing. They started taking themselves way too seriously. And I was just like, you guys are obnoxious. I'm out of here. Puddle back to his sleeping ways, you see. Yeah, Puddle kind of destroyed Miku. Oh. We'll let the baby one play out, because sometimes they get the puzzle portion wrong. You should have played at Disney this weekend, but your battery was always dying. Yeah, that's kind of the issue I used to have with Pokemon Go. You'd like to see Puddle sing. Did I say sing? Also, Sorcerer, Baldur's Gate 3 coming soon. I just got done downloading the game yesterday. Aim to be starting the game sometime this week, hopefully. Used to love it. Go out with your dad and sister with the local community. Do raids and then COVID happened. I see. Yeah. For a short time, it was actually better to play during COVID because they were giving a whole bunch of remote raid passes. That was really neat. Oh, is Flubber gonna get it wrong? I think this might be the biggest blowout we've ever had in a baby race. Psyduck is your guy. We both have perpetual headaches and meltdowns. Ain't no way. Let's check in on Flubber. Did he get it right? Flubber got it right, it sounds like. He's on his way. There's only one wrong answer. He was standing there contemplating it for a while. I was fully convinced he was going to get it wrong. Hated how many shiny legendaries were only obtainable in Pokemon Go. You know what? I think that's fair. I think that's valid. I think if anything, things like that should be kept to the mainline games rather than a phone game. Oh, there he goes. Excellent race. Flubber, I'm glad you tried. Gotten a ton of shinies from Pokemon Go, just transfer them to the main game. I feel like, yeah, that's what most people do, right? Hello, Pepper.
Everything will be okay.
Hello, Burger.
Everything will be okay.
Hello, Tails. Oh.
Here. Everything will be okay.
And you know what? I think it's a good place to go ahead and start calling it a day. To the classroom. Let's see, do we have any Any final thoughts for the day? One big thought, I'm going to keep an eye on the whole TikTok thing to see what's going on with that. Because not having the stickers is kind of lame. That's kind of whack. I'd like to see what they plan to do with the whole change from subscriptions to super fans. And whether or not they allow me to change the price of the super fan. It was rough without them tonight. Yeah, because if they don't, I don't know, if they don't give us something similar to, like, you know, what we've been enjoying, I think it might just make more sense to begin preparing more for a transition to a different platform. Again, depending on what they do. Ideally, they would let me, you know, change the price of it for one, because subscription, I get to choose the thing, so I chose the you know, the $5 standard of everywhere else, and then the stickers too. It'd be nice if they allow me to change those over to the new superfan thing and not have us just do away with them. Never know what we have until we lose it. Exactly. Glad you got to say hi. Any chance I'll be on the purple app later? Probably not tonight, just because tonight is I think I do have some real world responsibilities to get to tonight. But I'm aiming for either tomorrow or the day after. Again, this week. I'm aiming for sometime this week to start doing the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. We're gonna do the Digimon thing as well. So Digimon, then Baldur's Gate 3 at some point this week is what I'm aiming for. I just have to figure out what the rest of the week is going to be like, and I'll be figuring that out tonight. So I will see to my responsibilities tonight, and then figure out the plan for the rest of the week. And we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on the whole subscription / superfan thing, so... You thought you just missed a sub payment? Guess it's all of it? Yeah. It's across the whole... the TikTok as a whole. They're like restructuring or something. I'm not too sure what's going on with it. I don't know like what they're going to do with that system. I don't know like what the whole thing with how they're operating in the States and whatnot. Unsure of what's going to be going on with it. But I'll keep an eye on it and see what the move might be. Whether we stay here or whether we jump ship. We'll just have to see. But yeah. I'll figure out the schedule for the rest of the week tonight and then keep y'all updated. Also, thank you, Nara, and thank you for that. You're awesome. I appreciate it. Us Americans might not even be able to keep TikTok. Exactly. Here in the States, we might not even have TikTok. And if we do... It might not be. I've heard rumors that it might not be the same TikTok that the rest of the world has. So we'll see what happens, what that looks like, and kind of operate from there. But yeah, as always, thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys had a good time. Hope you enjoyed your time here at the garden with us. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. I'll be looking forward to starting the Digimon, the Baldur's Gate, and all that. I'll keep y'all updated. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Tamale also says good night. She told me to tell you guys. Bye-bye.